All right, we're here. I've got Tom. I guess you got me. There's a dirt game.
Champ.
We're on YouTube. All right, we're here. I've got Tom. No, there's an echo. Oh, bollocks. I guess you got me. Let's mute that. All right. I also had me for a bit
How
there.
do I put the chat side by side?
With what?
The thing.
Oh, you can't. It's dead.
That sucks. Anyway, Paul.
Yeah.
What we got?
Alchemist.
Who we liking? You like Alchemist?
There's a Sand King. I mean, Alchemist was just in both games yesterday. I think Andy might be looking at it. I like stuff like the CK, Sand King, Mag. Morph is not really a contest in this pool, I think. Void, Lone Druid's there. There's like Pango and Slark.
Contest. Not a contest, but Darkseer is a thing to look out for with Mishook.
Have a race to the bottom for Storm Spirit. No Necrophos is there. I did like Necrophos though, as a general rule. There's a Darkseer. Yep. There's Lesh. That's kind of where it stops. Bit shallow on supports.
I imagine that Aidan, being the meta sheep that he is probably going to be like jumping up and down for the Razor or PA, as I believe those two are currently considered two of the strongest safe laners for some reason.
What was the not PA one?
Not sure why. Razor.
Razor was banned his last series and he did play PA in his last series, but had a rough old time of it against the CK.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, in terms of player hero combinations, the Mishook, Darkseer, and the Alchemist. They banned the Pudge, which I find interesting. Leshrac and Necro, just a nod towards Nathan's mid pool. I wonder whether they'll ban the
Pudge is for Andy,
Lone Druid.
Andy and Semmel. Not sure the Lone Druid needs a ban in this particular pool necessarily.
There's Razor that deals with it. PA I think is good against it as well. But aside from that, there's not actually a whole lot for it, I don't think. And I guess if they ban the Razor, it makes it a lot easier from there.
I think the Ogre is going to have to be contested in this pool. Just for want of a good support that might live through anything.
Ogre and Mirana are the two supports I'm looking at as the two strongest supports. And then after that, it's quite a large drop off. Kotl, Skywrath, not quite as good as they were before. You see the Lone Druid band. Makes some amount of sense, I suppose.
Respectful.
And then obviously Shaker and Venge. Venge has been doing a lot of work in IDL, maybe not in like the high level games.
Venge was played by Celeria a bit, right, recently as well, and just in general has been picked up a little bit more. But I still think it's quite bad. Before, if it doesn't get to build Ags, which you probably shouldn't if you're a 5, and you maybe can if you're a 4, it's a lot less of a good hero.
Yeah. But you're right that the Ogre is probably what I would be looking at as the strong hero. I'm surprised they kind of left the Storm. This is the thing that I get told a lot about Semmel, is that he loves his spirits, and Storm is a spirit.
Like Storm is the weak. Having played with them a little bit, I think Storm is the weaker one from there. I've had a lot of good stuff by the Void and the Ember, and I think Storm is just hard right now. There's a lot in the pool as well not to lock it down necessarily immediately, but
there's not a lot of good Storm jump targets, but it's still a spirit hero. And yeah, it's quite common for the spirit spammers to struggle with the blue brother because they don't play the green brother at all, and the blue one's the hardest one after that.
So we're seeing some very iconic hero picks. The Andy Magnus with some additional flex in there as well. The Mishook Darkseer, both these things pretty strong. Magnus with PA in the pool, for example, with some of these melee brawlers like the Void as well. Even giving stuff like Pango or Slark in power is going to be pretty brutal.
There's a lot of nice carry combinations with this Magnus. I mean, at a stretch, you could even go to the Alchemist, but I doubt that was going to happen. They're going to go for the Earth Shaker.
I like the lane. I like the combo.
Yeah.
It's got some things to like. It doesn't quite deal with the way Magnus wants to play right now. Although you can. No. Can you still Fisher him out? Does he still go to the end of his
He still goes through Fisher if you skewer.
Literally has to just be lift.
It does interrupt the skewer, as with any stun.
The setup time during Horn Toss as well, potential time to interact with that.
This does mean, I feel like now you just pick up Ogre plus whatever other carry you want to be your win condition, because now you've got Magnus and power. You pick up the Bloodlust and
oh wow,
PA okay, we'll see the Storm. So PA and whoever is gonna have a field day, but they go Skywrath possibly as a cover for this Storm, because in terms of support positions, there's not a whole lot in the way of interrupting the Storm. Although, in my opinion, I actually think Skywrath is quite bad against Storm, because it is one of those supports that a Storm Spirit will go, "Oh, I see you, you're dead," and it has struggles early on if you skill seal, but as soon as the Storm becomes a problem, the Skywrath no longer has a game. Whereas I feel like stuff like Ogre and Vengeful Spirit, they just don't care. You jump on me, okay, cool. You use your whole mana pool and I'm still alive. Now what?
Yeah, the recent Sky builds we've been seeing have been like prioritizing seal a lot more, which obviously makes the anti-storm tech better. But I think it's the offensive potential of Storm with the Skywrath now that we're looking at. Yeah. And also potential interaction with the Earthshaker blink, like that kind of thing. Seal them up, make sure you can blink in, but you can't do anything useful. Some other stuff like this.
I do think that this pick also leans super heavy on now the last two picks being able to amplify this Magnus as a utility. I don't really like Magnus without a melee core, honestly.
Yeah, I think it's smart of I think it's smart of Poddy to pick up the PA here to like kind of give you the most effective pairing. But it's not to say that stuff like the Faceless Void and other similar heroes won't be incredible still as well. Comfort hero for Aidan, I would say. He's had some great games and some weak games so far this season, so I think he needs to work out who's going to lane against and how to itemize properly. I imagine it's currently going to be Magnus Skywrath, but depending on what else comes out.
It could also be a safe lane Magnus.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, Andy is Andy.
Also, I think the Venge is also a decent pick here to minus armor with the Phantom Assassin helps well. And I was going to say that I believe, or I might be wrong on this, is that PA is considered like a soft counter as carries go to like spirit heroes, because she is able to chase essentially, and they generally have quite low armor, so you tend to be able to just go like, oh, you shot on the map, you're dead. Yeah. How has the Razor hero not been picked? Yeah, I'm surprised that Razor has not been picked either. I feel like that boat has sailed now though for way to Puckin second, just because I don't think Razor Magnus is a combination you particularly want. Having said that, if they don't pick the Razor, this Razor would round out Podypodpod's draft very nicely, I think. So they need to consider whether or not they need to just pick this up and deny it. And I think the second support is probably just going to be Ogre.
It's so hard to want Razor though, right? Like maybe if it's the 3 and you're playing Magnus as the 1, I like it that way around. But yeah, I don't want to see a world where there's going to be Magnus 3 and Razor 1. Like I don't want to see that world.
It's so hard for it to fucking second here to pick that as their eventual 1. I think I on balance just about prefer the Faceless over the Slark, just because I think Faceless is a stronger hero. But they've already picked up the Venge, which makes it a little bit awkward. And yeah, both these heroes are going to have to pick up an MKB to deal with the Phantom Assassin. Maybe Slark is just better then in that case. But yeah, I expect it to be a carry hero. It could, melee carry hero. It could also still be an Alchemist. I do worry about Alchemist into PA because this is another hero that's quite low armor, and that makes me lean towards an Agi carry instead. But the support pick I think is obvious. It's just Ogre. There's no other option.
No other option. I mean, they have to pick up both things here, so I'm assuming this is what they want as their 3 instead of, like, for example, the Razor, and the Magnus can kind of take up that 1 position mantle. You are looking for a 5 though, right? At this point, maybe the Ogre is just the true empower target. We go like full bash.
I think Ogre is just the best 5 in the pool, so I don't see a reason not to just pick it up here as your go-to. It's just like, what are the options do you have? Like, Kotal isn't that great with your team. It's good with Storm, I suppose. It's good for that. That's good Skywrath as well, I suppose. But it gives you a lack of lockdown, which you might need into this PA. I guess Slanking covers that a little bit. But Ogre is just so good. I just love Ogre. It's a big boy right now. Yeah, so this looks like it's a safe lane pos 1 Magnus. Yeah, I think Podypodpod just snaps up this Razor here. I mean, it doesn't need to, but it just feels like it's a free-ish Razor game. You have like Sand King and Magnus can both like the Storm can all kind of like get away, zip away, but I don't think the Storm wants to use mana to zip away from you when you link him. And if the Sand King is burrowing away from you, then
he's not burrowing into your team.
Yeah.
I think so given that we've discussed that the Razor has to be mid, how do you like the Storm Spirit lane? Because Plasma Field's going to push it out and do a lot of damage, but I think Storm, if he's on top of you still, gets to do a lot of damage to you back.
Storm is essentially a melee hero, so I think it's actually quite bad for Storm. He's also really slow. So you just kind of get on top of him, and I think you just don't let him lane. For the first
a point in Vortex as well just pulls you towards him, right? So that's not a great escape mechanism.
So as soon as you link him, he has to try and waddle away, and you've seen a Storm Spirit waddle. He does not waddle fast, so he is just going to get sucked off until he dies. So he has to watch his positioning in that regard.
It's disgusting. They don't go for it. They go for the Centaur.
Mid Centaur, maybe expecting that they need some sort of tanky frontliner, I suppose. But
I've seen Nathan do this before, and it was fine. But I don't think we were losing that game in any way. No. I think there are better options, but I think I'm concerned about it. But it's fine.
If you want a fight starter, I can see why the Centaur, but then I would then probably still prefer. I think I still prefer the Razor.
I'm just worried about overall fight positioning. When you go in with your Centaur, you blink in your PA, you try and Echo Slam on your Shaker, you maybe want to go for a normal punch on the Darkseer, and your Avenge is really short range. I worry about a team like that into Storm Spirit with Ags Upgrade, into Sand King with Burrow Strike, into Ignite, into RP. So I think first of all, Mishook is going to have to play a more caster build because I've seen him go for this Blink Shard before, and I don't think it's a game that is appropriate for, just purely from how the fight's going to have to work.
Yeah.
But there's a great save from some of these tools as well. Goldrin, we've seen him on these save supports before, on things like the Weaver. If he can have good control of his Nether Swap, it's going to be a scary game. I think it's going to be really important that Radiant are ahead in their lanes.
I wonder whether this is going to be a 5 Sky Rush because it's Pizza who's picked it up.
Potentially. It's a nice little fight. It's one of those heroes that it gets a lot of value out of a free trip to base from the dying mechanic. Coming back to lane with a full set of concussive.
It's like a really shitty Undying. I say shitty. It's exactly the same as Undying, just with different mechanics.
Dying, Undying. Dying again.
I'm interested to see how the Centaur works out. I don't love it, but I can see why. I hope it works because I feel like if they look back on this and go, "Why didn't we pick Razor?" It's gonna feel bad on both sides. Honestly, I think I am astounded that Razor is completely ignored in this game.
I mean, this Podypodpod team, they've picked Razor for both, I believe, both Aidan and Nathan a number of times. So it's not going to be a hero that they've ignored by accident. I think it's just going to be on Nathan really to shut us up and prove that the mid center was a good idea. And I wonder what his method for doing that is. So
probably something along the lines of Rush Hood, because this is Centaur into a Storm Spirit. I don't really like taking a melee hero into Storm Spirit, honestly, because if I remember right, the way you play Storm Spirit is that if you get against a melee hero, you get to bully the shit out of them because you farm a remnant anyway. You just get to do splash damage on it, and it's just it's quite a lot of damage.
Yeah, but the right click portion of that is a big proponent of why Storm Spirit's able to do that, right? And then returning some of that damage may equalize, especially as Nathan has queued up the super quick Ring of Health, and as you say, probably gets into the hood really early. And I think Storm does suffer that thing we were talking about against the Razor as well, being pretty slow, having to waddle away, and then any of Centaur's spells taking a huge chunk of this 700 health early.
But Razor is Razor is actually a quicker hero, and the Centaur doesn't have amp damage. It just bursts. It doesn't have amp damage, so it doesn't threaten this Storm Spirit ever.
At level 1, like we're seeing here, though, Hoof Stomp is leveled and Semmel is just right-clicking with impunity. So skew under tower level 1 from Andy up top. That's some death row. No first blood, though, goes to the tower. but just the skewer behind tower is enough. This is a best of 3, yeah. So Carl had pick this game and shows first pick, and we'll have pick in game 3 if one is necessary.
Yeah. I think I've seen Mishook's Darkseer more than any of other Mishook's heroes, and they need to be wary that you can't give Mishook a good start. Because I think the only times I've seen him lose on this hero is when he's just been like completely stomped out of lane, and he's not seeing that right now. He's getting a lot more farm than he.
I feel like that's
always got 4 CS on the first wave. That's too many CS for a Darkseer on first wave.
That's always my internal barometer of is this Darkseer lane going okay? Is the Darkseer dead? Is the Darkseer okay? And is the Darkseer level 5? Like those are like the three zones of the lane, right? And like you say, he's just allowed. Like Pizza has spells, 2 spells, and full mana.
There's no reason he should be allowed to. Like he just got those last hits, but I just don't think he should be allowed to do this. Certainly not. I mean, Shake is good with the Darkseer and all, but
okay, this is what we want. Now. Yeah, this is the good bit because Fish is on cooldown. Surge is skilled though. Ollie's trying to pull for the enemy team, so needs to chill here. Mishook, buddy, this is that no, no, just no.
Just no.
Yeah, but I mean that was. I mean, maybe he's just testing how much he can get away with, and it turns out the enemy are not actual AFK.
Just maybe a little bit saving for the later.
Hana's found the old left hand and is able to press Q and W like at once.
Yeah.
Okay.
Waiting for the level so that they can do that. Yeah.
Speaking of offlaners, Carl in the offlane on Sanking is having a great time. It's 15 CS.
This is a great lane for the Sanking.
Yeah, melee hero into Caustic Finale.
Yeah, melee hero that doesn't like magic damage into Caustic Finale is an ouch.
In mids, Semmel with the solo kill level 4.
Yeah,
onto Nathan.
That's the classic Storm level 4 kill, right? It's the you don't think I've skilled Vortex? Let me show you. I've skilled Vortex because everyone else does it now.
I mean, it's the level 3 one is the one that I'm always got by, like, or I'm okay with them being got by it, but it's a disrespect to not see that coming at level 4. And the stolen bounty rune as well.
It's a progression of how the game is played because it wasn't so long ago that it was like, what is this Storm Spirit doing? Scaling Vortex before 7 or whatever level.
Where is Aidan? And why is he dead?
He is maybe dead. Ogre?
There's a 10-stick Ogre.
He's got 10 spells. And he's got Fire Blast. Yeah, he should be dead if he sticks.
Oh, nice trees. Doesn't go for it.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, that's already pretty good for them. The lane is in a decent position as well. And Aidan is queuing up a Battle Fury.
Oh, dead Mishook up top. Pizza goes and tanks some creeps just to find the retreating Darkseer on the tower, and this is what you need. This is what you need appearing on your screen is Darkseer has been deceasified by your heroes.
And mid lane is not going well either, and bot lane is definitely not favouring the Radiant either. So far, Dire's got 3 winning lanes, which is probably how you would expect it. So I'm interested to see how they play around this because they will need to do something.
I think Nathan's dying again. Yeah, he's dead. And the courier of Nathan. Oh no, Aidan's courier with the full ring of health. Oh, this is a 2k gold lead at 4 minutes, by the way. Like,
yeah, that's huge. There.
If you take a look over at the CS as well, like all of these Dire heroes are doing absolutely fine. The ring of health of your PA just died in a really awkward lane. Goldrian's getting a stun forward, might get some kills for Aidan. Phantom Stifling Dagger goes forward. The neutral creeps are helping. Stun goes out onto Goldrian. Nice play by Sickboi there. I don't think Goldrian can find it. Especially with the Salve on the tower now. No. So we're seeing these desperation plays come out, and it's not looking good. Semmel now level 6. Nathan a full level behind, almost level and a half almost.
Yeah. I think this point is now hard for the Centaur. I think Centaur just has this hood coming out. Oh no.
Yep.
Death's going everywhere. He's got his hood soon. Maybe then at that point he can stand in lane. But you can see that this Storm doesn't even care anymore about him. I think Sam was just like, I'm gonna flash out this wave and I'm just gonna go jungle.
I think it had to be this portion of the lane that Centaur was advantaged in, and maybe like Nathan thought he was more advantaged in this portion of the lane, or maybe it genuinely is a concession in these lanes to some kind of larger mid game idea. I think it's just gonna be difficult to execute that.
I would choose to believe that he chose this Centaur pick to be a larger game decision as opposed to a lane decision. Because I can't believe he thinks that Centaur is good against a Storm Spirit in lane. He must have saw the draft 2 reasons. Like, he can't pick a super greedy mid because he knows Mishook's Darkseer is quite a farm hoover, and he needs to pick a hero that can start a fight because Mishook's the Darkseer doesn't start fights realistically.
Is that enough? That's not enough, right?
No,
it's
no.
level.
Low level.
He soul ringed the madman. What the fuck? Mishook just has no breaks. Like mental breaks 0. Aidan might be in some trouble in the bot lane. It's 5 seconds left on the Fire Blast. Nathan's courier goes down in mid or down at the secret shop to pizza, and Aidan is dead in the bot lane. 0-7 now. 4K the gold lead is 6 minutes.
Yeah, this is quickly racking up the advantages for the Dire here. The only saving grace I can give them right now is that I think that their lineup is better if you can struggle through. Like they can probably survive if they can keep it at a 3k gold lead into the 25th minute, they could be okay. What they can't afford to have that happen is
it's 10k, 15k, 30k.
Yeah, they can't afford to let these like. At the moment, it's like a little snowball.
Pizza finds this aggressive invade into the triangle and finds another kill onto Mishook. May go down, but again, like, what was the thing I said to you? Like the third portion of my my Darkseer lane is level 5 and Mishook is level 4, 0-3, 7 minutes. Like it started well and it started illegally.
I fully cast the cursed him. I was like, this lane is going way too well, and then it's almost as if like the Dire heard me. I was like, this Darkseer is doing way too well, and just like
you want to go home and rethink your life. I want to go home and rethink my life. As Goldrin's going to drop in the bot lane now again. Carl gets the 152 gold from the suspiciously big creep, and then a bunch of the full wave as well. 3 creeps going down to that same caustic finale. Nathan now with Max Retaliate in mid. I imagine what a good portion of this lane is that this mid tower is going to be off the map. There's no way this mid tower survives long enough, right?
Yeah. And Semmel's not putting very much effort into trying to defend this either. He's just happy farming away. Like he just wants to get his items up quickly.
That's a Tread's fairy trinket, by the way, on Semmel already with the soul ring. Yeah. He's going to get bottle refill as well. Oh, this is a little bit dicey. There it is. Cool. I love watching bottle refills. It's like I hate it. I hate the mechanic, but it's so reassuring to watch. Goldrin has now ditched Aidan, which I'm sure is not the most fun thing in the world.
No.
And I'm sure Aidan himself is sick of these like poverty battle furies that he seems to be forced to build in these games. So
I honestly don't know whether he just favors this build or whether he just doesn't believe in Yatoro God, because Yatoro God's just builds Maelstrom something, I can't remember. Falcon Blade that Maelstrom. Yeah,
level 4 Goldrin is going to encounter level 9 Storm Spirit. Nice Fisher though. Zemmel's going a bit far forward, but he has the mana to get out if needed.
Yeah.
And the bullying is occurring in the bot lane. Max Ignite now, level 3 Ignite, 230 the build. Carl's going to go for the dive now, it looks like. Gets the Burrow Strike, channeling up the epicenter. Aidan is going to be in some trouble. He's not got far enough away. He's going to get the Stampede though. Needs to get into the trees. 7 seconds on the Burrow Strike.
Can they guess?
No, they need to guess. Just cover the universe in Sag.
Yeah. Mid lane does go down though here, I think, but Nathan might die for it, or not potentially. No, not enough mana.
Yep, so the tower goes down. That is a weight off, but it's currently up top. We get the RP, and he commits that
Fisher
happily onto Mishook. Yeah. Is this now Centaur?
I think it's done now on the Sanking as well, so they're going to be able to transition
10 minutes
more pressure on this PA, who now has to go struggle farm somewhere else, and is still some ways off the Battle Fury. So
mid should be okay for her with the Storm Spirit's tower being dead. There's nothing really for them to defend, so it should naturally push back. But what we are seeing now is the 10-minute gold lead is 5k, and Radiant still yet to get a kill, and still yet to have a reasonably farmed core.
The tower being off does relieve some pressure mid though. That is a very, very important tower to take this early in the game. And Nathan is now transitioning to go top, trying to do the same top. The top tower is already quite low already.
In theory, philosophically, this is what I expect never mind, down bottom as Mishook's going to die again to the multicast of Sickboi. This is in theory what I expect a Centaur to do. I expect the towers to not be on the map anymore when he's around. And Carla's going to come up. He's just one level below the enemy mid laner, so he's probably going to feel okay about that. He's going to go for the Burst Strike, and he's going to be here. Has a Shockwave. No RP for a while now, though. Nathan is gets to deny. That's brutal. Peter's here with a lot of spells. Ollie's still not level 6. They're going to go for a Mystic Flare play. Okay, this is very odd.
Kill Ollie.
Sandstorm maxed here. Oh, Goldrian. His vision fades just about. Peter is super fast. Like Windlace Arcanes in his 390. Yeah, it's like watching Leshrac move about. There are 5 Dire heroes in this top side of the map though, so someone's gonna die. I just need to work out who it is.
Well, the other flip side of the five Dire heroes top is that
the 2 poverty heroes pot and mid. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like this ward though from Dire. If you see it in the Radiant jungle, it's a nice little farming ward, or like CU farming ward.
Yeah, that's the I'm gonna want to come and get the mid tower at some point ward.
Good thing about Nathan is with Hood and Vanguard, it should be quite difficult for him to die. But Epicenter is being channeled, gets cancelled up by the Hoof Stomp, and these 3 burly heroes are just punching each other and nothing is happening. That's what we're watching here.
Storm is also farming up quite well. He's gonna have Kaya done soon, and that's gonna be not very useful right now, if I'm honest.
What's the build?
He needs to go hunt the PA is what he wants to do, but he doesn't want to interrupt his farming pattern to do so.
I'm assuming he's moving away from Orchid and just building the Kaya Sands, right? Like you don't go Kaya Orchid, right?
I assume so, yeah. I don't think Orchid is particularly value this game anyway.
I mean, these are Storm Spirit players. He's like, Bloodstone, it's time. I remember. I built my Soul Ring, ready to put it in. Straight in the Bloodstone.
I don't think Semmel was that kind of Dota player. He plays quite a lot of Dota, so.
Oh, they get Dust. Nice Fisher as well, but the Burst Strike gets him over.
Yeah.
And in mid, we're seeing them starting to like disallow Aidan some of this free farm in mid. Like there's 2 supports just aggressing where the PA wants to be. This is good for the map movements in general because you're pretty happy with your situation top, but you are having to hit 2 core heroes here. Nathan is going for the blink next after his defensive items, but not going to have those.
I quite like this Sanking to join up with his supports, honestly. Like a Sanking with a Blink Dagger plus Skyref plus Ogre, any hero they find is dead.
Yeah, any Mystic Flare opportunity is just. What is Sickboi? You are sick, my friend. He is Ogre, so he does not give a fuck. Goldrian is still level 5. I'm really hoping the book's already gone out. Sorry, I'm really hoping the book hasn't gone out, kind of, because then Goldrian could be level 6. But there's a full mid wave being left alone because of the pressure these supports are putting on. It's not direct in terms of the gold they're generating, but now Goldrian's gone to soak the gold like this. It's a good movement. If Aidan doesn't feel comfortable, then a support definitely should feel uncomfortable here.
Yeah, the only flip side is that the support probably has a lot less to lose
bot lane
by dying there.
So. They didn't see him.
They do.
They see him now.
Storm Spirit.
As the Vac doesn't have a wall opportunity. Yeah. So Andy's going to join up and grab his Storm. So he is actually going Kaya Orchid, by the way. And a reason why I think this could be okay is if he goes like straight into Bloodthorn or something. Because it isn't like there are
Bloodthorn is good against the PA as well.
Yeah, there aren't great MKB builders on this team for sure. Like there's a lot of magic damage, but like it's not like that beats BKB either. But it feels like you need something. This big dive going down bottom. Oh my god, the Mystic Flare. He tanks the whole thing, and he's just extremely diseased. Yeah, Jack in the chat also talking about the mid center idea of like what he saw that we didn't, or if he saw something that we didn't. And yeah, I'm still not seeing the. It's hard to like put anything on any one place, right? They've clearly lost 3 lanes. They're 16-0 down at 15 minutes. Like it's not a good game overall. But I'm interested to hear the thought process regardless. Yeah. RP still available. All the ults are available now. The Mystic Flare is going to be up in 30 seconds. So the time any reasonable hero shows on a lane, they're going to be ready to go again. And he's finished with the Blink Dagger now. And smoke comes up. Yeah, we're keen to push this advantage. Pizza, we get repositioning those wards to see any farming that happens. But I imagine what we're seeing is we're going to have to watch lanes to make sure that you see the blur farming that Aidan's going to be doing right now, hopefully, if he presses button.
Sickboi has got no boots, but has a veil. He's got 900 gold, but he's not bought boots.
Yeah.
Is that what Puppy does? I don't think that's what Puppy does.
No, I think Puppy buys boots. You know who doesn't buy boots? Mishook. Oh, Carl with a big Burrow Strike in. Semmel's going to get nice little stomp as well. Well, nice Electric Vortex.
In and out.
They get the Stampede, but the multicast is going to make sure that Ollie goes down as well up on the top side of the mid tower. Oh, I can't breathe.
I want my Ogre player to use the item he built for the purpose he bought it for.
No, they're just making pizza do that.
It's so much damage on his team, actually. Like, it's insane how much damage like Amp is for his team.
Yep. Long ball. Long vortex. They're just going to get the RP if they even need it. And he just doesn't even need it.
It's so much damage, Amp, on this team. They've got Veil, they've got Ancient Seal, and then they've got like 3 magic casters right now.
Max Ancient Seal is 45% increased magic damage. And then you've got the Veil, which is what, 18 or something? Is it more than that?
Something like that, yeah. It's
80.
A lot.
I'm so good at video games, man.
And it's like max blast, max ignite on top of everything else. It's a lot of damage.
Yeah, I mean, when you have the Magnus accelerating his own farm, it doesn't need Bloodlust. That's just greedy.
It's very common for ogres not to take Bloodlust until they have to these days anyway. Can he please buy boots though? Like, please. I just want my ogre to walk a little bit faster.
He's lumbering menacingly. Alright, but I shouldn't speed up, there's no boots. Yeah. He's queuing up Tome Boots. Up top. Oh my god. The double blink, the RP, Carl connects with Andy as well, and just nothing.
This is the like Battle Fury builder's version of Massive Pidus, where you finish a Battle Fury and you immediately die.
The score has popped over to 20-0, by the way.
Yeah, this
still
is
0 saving graces for Aidan.
Looking very, very painful to play in. At least they've not gone 1k per minute, but the death score is going to be demoralizing somewhat.
Yep.
And I don't see how they need to get this PA to a point where she can join up, but it's going to be so far away.
Yeah, Goldrian 9 levels down on Semmel, but he's feeling that there could be more heroes, and there are. Yeah. Just gonna go for the wave.
Actually, now thinking about it, if you look at the Radiance fight, right?
It is absurd.
Can they realistically kill? Like, they can't kill anyone without the PA's damage.
I think it's only Skywrath.
Yeah.
And their tanky ogre, their tanky centaur doesn't look tanky. I mean, it's hard to look tanky with a full Mystic Flare, a full Epicenter, and a Magnus hitting you, and with the Veil.
They really need to, like, this centaur. What he's trying to do is he's trying to like front up. Right? He's a centaur.
I would bid you that you look at the Ogre Magi's courier at this time and tell me what flavor of boots those are, because I only have hands, Tom.
Well, I mean, I guess if you're that far ahead, then do what you like. But
can you Midas to PA at this point? Do you reckon the game will let you do that? Does that just mean? Oh, Carl finds the PA just in trees, just with a blind blink, and Aidan is in real danger now. Nice blink away. Blink the skewer misses.
How did that not get him?
Oh my god, the touch stomp for this. There's absolutely zero. I think they could have played with the glyph there potentially. They were going to get a kill. Maybe. 0 and 22. Please kill Sickboi just for morals. Oh no, the fall.
Oh no.
The Veil, the amp damage. It just lasts so long. What is that about the big vac, the big wall? Oh, it's not the wall, it's the RP.
Oh no, they still don't get a kill.
No, they're not getting pizza. It's an ultra kill. Oh, this is not okay.
Okay, over under.
I don't want to play over under. It's always over.
I was gonna say over under on like 30 kills before the first Radiant kill.
First Radiant kill?
Yeah, is it gonna get to 30-0 before it gets to?
You think there's a Radiant kill?
I have to believe at some point they're gonna connect up all of their spells on like an unsuspecting Skywrath mage, or Peter just hangs around on the map too long on like 200 health.
I think we're online for 30-0, but I think it's going to be all Semmel kills, and they're going to look all like this. Or Carl kills.
Oh.
He's super low. Mishook.
He's not super low at all.
He's super low.
He just looks low. Oh.
Easy ward.
Little pommel horse? Tumbler's toy.
Pommel horse. That's a very different
gymnastics.
Yeah, that's a very different thing. Man, if they do a neutral item that like flings the legs out and like does a nice little spin around them, I'm here for it, but I'm not sure I want that to be cast by Centaur.
Like a Beyblade? like a Blade move. You just do like a little kick, like a Earth Spirit kick, and they move. This PA is Deadington's? Question mark?
No, I don't think she dies immediately. There's the Stampede, but Carl doesn't even need to get there. 27. Oh dear. Hot single women in my area. Pog. Is this oof? I think this qualifies as oof.
Yeah, this is definitely an oof, I think. So let's have a little theory craft. What is it? They're waiting for this blink on this Earthshaker, I reckon, as their means to have a fight. And then they need to have like the perfect echo, like vacuum into echo. Oh, double smoke. Vacuum into echo, into wall, into stomp, into PA, comes in, cleaves the shit out of everyone.
Yeah, it has to be perfect. And even then, if there's any realized BKBs, like Andy's built one already, it's flying out in Korea. Semmel should build one probably, but he's feeling invincible, and I can't blame him for that. 10-0-4 on this Storm Spirit right now.
I think if he also built the BKB, this game is close to unrescuable.
Oh, but are we finding a kill? Andy is in some danger, but he gets a long range skewer off. There's a haste in the top river that he doesn't quite see.
He's running towards the safety of his team.
Mishook bottles the haste and might try and run down here, but he's going to encounter a lot of dire heroes.
Magnus actually has a BKB, actually. I don't think he was actually in danger there.
I think it may have been delivered recently. It was on the courier, but I don't know if he had it before that engage happened.
Okay. Over-under is no fun. Let's go with who is the one that lets dire down? I know the easy answer is Skywrath Mage, but could it be someone else?
Is it Skywrath Mage because of Hana or Skywrath Mage because of Skywrath Mage? This is the question I need to ask you to your face. I mean, yeah.
Skywrath Mage because it's the squishiest. I personally actually think it's more likely to be the Ogre, because Ogre being Ogre, right? Just Ogre players in general, they just think they're invincible, and at some point they just go like, oh wait, I'm not invincible, I'm dead.
You know, when the left head is thinking, like Ogre's just like straight in there.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't get the stack because the Radiant have blocked their dire ancients. That's a sag.
So we said that like
who's this whore?
6 minutes in
camp
about
blocking.
Can't
click it.
The 25-minute mark.
Yeah.
It's not 4K lead anymore. It's 15K. So
no, it's not 4K
they've
lead.
not successfully done the thing we said they can't do. This is a level 8 Earthshaker.
Yes, was.
This is the level 19 Semmel. Mid lane. Blink out. Survives.
Uses the swap. I was going to go check about some of the Radiant items, but there aren't many to speak of.
There's an animation on the Venge buff now, I think.
On the damage reduction buff?
Yeah, there's a little like purpley veil-y thing around him. It might have been Ignite, but if it's not, that's really cool.
It's a Carl item. Thoughts?
Scythe?
Scythe.
Yeah. I dislike. I prefer pretty much anything. BKB is better probably.
Abyssal Blade.
Shiver's Guard, Halberds. Storm Spirit on the menu? Question mark? No, I don't think
Storm Spirit Arcane Runes on the menu, I think. Yeah. It's going to be level 20 soon as well.
Actually, surprisingly slow from. I feel like the Dire have taken the foot off the pedal somewhere. We haven't had to kill for like 3 minutes.
They just killed Shaker like a minute ago.
3 minutes.
They're brewing for
making
something.
no leeway, no headway, something words into the objectives. They're not taking Roche, they're not taking T2s. They're kind of just milling around. I mean, they're sort of choking the map out, but like the goal lead hasn't increased in the last 15 minutes or so, right? So yeah, I want to know, like this pair it's catching up, but it's catching up, you know, and like as long as she's not progressing her items, which she isn't, she's still getting her items, then it's still progress. Because if the PA can get to like, I don't know, Deso BKB, there is a level of danger that they might actually get a kill. I'm not saying they can win the game, I'm saying they can get a kill, just to be clear.
Sure. Biggles' comment in the chat is 3 of Dire are going to die to a Radiant tier 2 glyph.
Yeah.
Is there rush potential for Radiant right now while Dire are doing this? Because that's normally the kind of trade you want to make, but I mean,
I don't think
you're 15k down
without risk, and there's not like a Deso or anything on this PA. She's gone for the BKB first, which I think is sensible in the face of like Sand King, Storm, Ogre and Skywrath Mage. You just can't play the game without a BKB, which is now.
Dire do think about it. They scan out Roche, and it contains a Goldrian, but not anymore. I think that might remind them that Roche is alive, and they could just do it for free.
I'm not sure it's entirely free, but they can do it.
Carl hexed a catapult.
Item, right? Have to stop the damage.
Some way to stop building damage, yeah. What's the item?
They want to look for a fight.
Some of a BKB on Nathan. All of a BKB on Aidan, as you just mentioned.
Yeah.
Or Aidan's used this blink. Do they see him? I don't think they see him. Len's now finished on a Gamagi. Has boots now. Just brown boots, but let's not go too crazy.
Blink also on this Earthshaker, by the way. So they have the
But it's the Earthshaker from behind, right? The like Tauntos.
Low level as well.
Finds the PA, and the PA is deceased.
That was
BKB available and usable, but yeah. This 9-second BKB has to be one of Aidan's like thoughts on how they win a fight or gain anything in a fight. Dire do pop their glyph for this push that Nathan is making in tier 2 bottom. Again, we see this a lot from Nathan, where like he's pushing out a lane, but like they can't hope to be anywhere in any meaningful strength on the other 4 heroes. So wondering what the thought process is on the team. Connor has typed "fuck me" in the chat. Don't know what that's about. I think it might have been about the PA. You just can't GG out without getting a kill. Maybe
we're still not over 30, by the way, guys. Just to update the viewers that we have. We're still not over 30. There's still a chance it could be under 30.
It's
those of you who said under 30.
It's Forbes is 30 under 30, mate. That's how it works. You gonna do a Roshan? Can't Midas that one. Ogre also building a Hex. Smoker's 5 on Radiant. They must sense this. How do you beat RP?
The bot wave is pushing. So, it's not just the RP. Like, how do you?
There's the wall.
Maybe into.
It's coming. It's happening. 2 on the board. Carl comes in with a burst strike. He's in some danger himself now, though. Aidan is going to just kill him. Triple kill for the PA. Okay. Has all of his team's killed. My team. Yeah, and they're doing that. There's a DD outside as well, so Roche must be spawning.
So just to recap, we had the vacuum, we had the stomp, we had the echo slam, and then we had the PA come in to clean the shit out of everyone. That was the comeback mechanic.
All of those kills went to Aidan, and all of those kills were massive streak shutdowns. 470, 598, 583, the 135 each from the Roshan. Those are big numbers, and Aidan just popped up to 13k.
I feel like if Dire watches this back, they're gonna regret the whole like 25 to 30 minute lull. They just spent too long not doing anything on the map. They got too comfortable, and the Radiant just kind of led them, which is, you know, smart, because they just had no fight until they gave them the fight at the Roshan. And yeah,
look at the jump in win probability. It just went from 87-13 to 65-35.
Yeah, I mean that was a pretty big fight. Like it's not even just
those
kills.
It was 6k in gold gained by the Radiant.
Yeah, it's not just those kills and the shutdown. I think actually more important than that is now they have the Aegis, which means that Dire kind of wants to sit back some more. And we did say, like, if the game goes long, it favors the PA side, just because I think PA is just gonna be too much, I think, to handle. And Darkseer is also pretty good late game, and then
Smoke's 5 on Dire though.
All on Storm's shoulders, I feel.
PA just bought out a full Desolator.
I mean, you did say that she got like 5 shutdown streaks or something.
And she has a Paladin sword as well, and Aegis, yeah, like.
So no need for the buybacks.
These are not like shit items for a PA at 30 minutes, like you would hope.
They're not ideal, but they're not great. They're not bad, obviously. They do smoke out here.
They're not 29 and 3 bad.
Yeah.
Nathan with a stomp. They respond. What is going on? There's a black hole available now. Semmel is in. Gets stunned up and dies.
Deleted.
3 heroes dead again.
Yep, the 3 cores as well, no less. I think, like, I don't understand this play pattern here from the Dire. They just lost the fight at Roshan. They gave away the Aegis, so their plan was to dangle their POS 1, and then fight the opposing team that just beat you in a fight with Aegis. It just, I don't understand what the thinking was behind that.
It's a 55-45 game, Tom. 52-48. It's a 63 in favor of Podypodpod.
I mean, at this point, I would say it's the momentum is so far.
Oh, that's a pizza.
Yeah.
Normal punch. Nice swap away.
Very
Pizza
good
gets
swap.
clicked by their own illusion uphill.
Yeah.
I think I also favor Podypodpod. And I think the message is you can have your 29 if we can have our 3. Because, Jesus Christ. 2 minutes left on this Aegis. Satanic coming soon for Aidan.
So there's been something that I've been kind of watching DPC games recently as you know that I quite like a little bit of a gamble. And one of the things that I've noticed is that the team that gets the first Roshan is like 80% winning. 80%. So
that sounds like one of those made-up numbers from the future.
It's close enough to being made up, but like it's honestly incredible how good a barometer of who wins the game.
Because it's like what you were talking about, right? The first Roshan is not like when it was like shard cheese. It's not like valuable, but the time it buys you is so wild.
Like if you're behind, it buys you the time to come back, and if you're ahead, it means that your opposing team
it's a
just
shutout,
has no
right?
comeback. Yeah, it just has no comeback. Which is why I was kind of worried for the Dire when they took so long to identify that the objective they needed to take.
Regen on Storm though.
All these outer T2s, it was actually the Roshan that they needed to just go close out the game with a Roshan on the Storm Spirit.
Semmel is desperately searching through his jungle with this regen for any camps to farm, and he finds none. And now the Radiant are aggressing on this top tower, like not heavily.
Net worth now, by the way.
She is, yeah, 17k. Not far off the Satanic as well. Pipe is finished on Mishook. Like all these items are just plinking over. It's going to be a Lotus soon on Nathan. He's got his BKB. Vanguard also finished. Dyra back at their favorite place, the mid tier 2. And there's now like level 15 on this death row on like 50 aftershock damage, a blink, a shake.
They need to be on top of these cooldowns. They should know that Darkseer has all the spells. The Earthshaker has all the spells. Like they can't just dangle. They will lose heroes.
I kind of want to see a smoke here from Radiant, but like they're showing a lot of spells here. Carl might go in again on this, and that I think would be a mistake.
They can't just go in on the Centaur though, because they can't burst him with the team behind him quickly enough.
Oh my God, Semmel goes in just to find, doesn't quite get backed out of his ball. Mishook looking for it. You can see he knows how that works, and he wants one of them because all he needs is one. That's still only counts as one.
Probably partially regretting his Aghanims over the BKB right now because he can't feel safe going in. He has to be careful that he doesn't get like accidentally stunned out.
On Mishook?
Stunned out. No, on the on the Storm Spirit.
Oh, okay, yeah, I agree.
The Aghs over the BKB right now is hurting a lot.
We have an in.
Freely.
Carl's in, hexes up Aidan. Good swap back. Here's the black hole coming through, and he's looking for it. Gets the BKB, the RP onto 3. Nice. This is a big fight. Slam onto the back 2. The supports are being taken out, but Aidan, he's alive and he's turning. And this is a BKB. This is a Battle Fury PA, and he is fucking scary, and he always has been. Jesus God. I mean, that was the 2 you initiated on. You got a 3-man RP, used all of your BKBs, and you're still trading unevenly. That's still 2k up for Radiant. That's still 400 up for Dire.
They just don't have they don't have the proper answer to this PA. Like Storm can't deal with the PA on his own. The Magnus just has no game against this PA, and the Sanking kind of just gets eviscerated as well. Like. This Hex you were saying, like, with the item buy is a bit odd, right? And you can see now he's going back for the items that he probably should have had in the first place.
The Halberd, the Lotus.
The Halberd, the Lotus. Like, these items are good against the PA. The Hex normally doesn't do anything, honestly.
I mean, he got the Hex onto the PA there, pre-BKB. And then, like, Andy was there, Storm was there, and then what happened?
Yeah, like, it doesn't matter. Like, you have to buy items so that you can survive through the BKB. You can't... I guess you can try to hope to burst her down, but like, just not working.
And it's going to work even less when PA is done with the Satanic, which she is. And the Shard is coming next, which is AoE, 16% max health plus PA bullshit. Like, there's so much to like about this team. Semmel can see the blur farming pattern on the wave up top. There's no one in the vicinity, but you're seeing it. Semmel is like 4 level or the same level now as the PA, and he's not
comfortable.
Confident. He's not comfortable. Yeah.
Again, I think it just goes back to some of these, like around the 22-ish minute mark. They just made some decisions which were a bit odd, both itemization and the map movements. And yeah, fair play to Podypodpod. They utilized that space super well. They identified their comeback mechanic is the blink on the Earth Shaker. And this big fight.
Look at the direction now. Mishook with the blink, he's got the vac available. All the spells on both sides are available though, so they need to be really quite strong at getting this off. They find the blink onto the Ogre. It's not exactly what they want. They're going to get a stun onto Pizza in the backline as well. Not quite the destruction, but 1795 was that crit number. Stampede's forward. All of these heroes just running away. Carl gets the blink as well. Nathan with the blink in 2. He does it the wrong way.
Wrong way around it, yeah.
But I mean, they're not unhappy with it. They couldn't get another kill maybe, but now they can go back for this top tier 2. Items are coming out to do these combo breakers almost literally because Aeon Disc is finished on Mishook.
Yep.
I really have to commend the Radiant mentality here because they've got to be feeling like high as kites right now from the way that this game has become playable for them. From 29-0 down.
Need to be wary that they don't do the
rubber band, mental rubber band, yeah.
Yeah. So they need to still play it safe. Like they're doing all the right things here, which I expect them to with
Yeah,
Nathan and Aidan on the team.
Yeah, exactly. As shot callers, Nathan and Aidan are very capable of evaluating, especially their own strength in communicating those, but also like being at least reserved enough to not throw something like this when they've got a chance, but they've not got the whole thing.
Yeah, they're conservative players by nature, so it's gonna. You
can't just call them that. Tories.
I mean, at least I didn't call Nathan by his preferred nickname.
Is there a slam? Oh, they get the swap. Oh, that was a bit odd. I think if they just let him slam, that would have been okay there. Semmel would have been in some trouble. He's got the BKB now. He's going for the Bloodthorn, so...
They have to use slam now, though, so they don't have that. I think at this point in the game, they no longer need the slam, if that makes sense. They needed the slam at the Roche fight.
Skyby's back.
I don't think they need it now. This is a late Roche timing, right? This is almost late as possible.
I mean, it's 45 seconds at the quarter mark, so yeah. Pretty late. I think what Nathan is trying to do is bait scan as well, but they don't have it on Dire.
Yeah, but they must feel it because you can see the bot wave.
Oh, they just go in. It's only Carl. There's a wall opportunity somewhere, I think. There it is.
Yeah, there it is. BKB.
And Nathan's in. Sorry, Aidan's in. Semmel's out of mana now. He gets up the hill, but he can't go much further. Up the hill. Nathan is tanking most of these spells. Aidan with another kill. There's going to be a jump forward onto Pizza here. There's going to be a dieback. He doesn't need it, I think, right now. There's no heroes that can really... He's godlike. He's 9-6-3.
Yeah, this... I just don't know what they can do.
And the rush is up.
PA.
Aidan's going to pop in. Boom. Like, just what the doctor ordered.
The Bloodthorn idea was good, but this BKB is just like so hard to play around right now. Like
even Satanic. Like you can Satanic the Bloodthorn, right? Like...
Yeah, that's that as well. And then, like, I guess the Break Blade on the Magnus for like...
This is a free shard now. Aidan doesn't even have to buy his shard. He's got a 5k to spend on items now, actual items.
Yeah.
I think I've seen Aidan favoring the Aghanim Scepter recently, so I'm wondering if he's going to go over for that. Especially, as you say, when it gives a potential dispel. Not necessarily for the Bloodthorn specifically, but...
I think
gone for Basher.
At this spot, Aghanim is reasonable.
I think only because the good things that you could dispel all seem to be silences. I think that's the only problem I would have with it. But he's 25 now. He's got the triple dagger, so he's going to crit like a bastard on everything and cleave off everything. He's going for the Basher, and he can basically buy this full thing. His buyback cost is 2k. Can't do maths. How much is a Basher? 1600, 2000, 28 something. But in terms of hero level, Aidan is king, and the Radiant are king. 25, 24, 24 in their cores. We still see that XP rod banding happening. Not quite as bad as previous patches, but close. And now Nathan's got his neutral item Radiance to start shitting out these damage in fights, and he's gone for some blink tremendous.
Alright.
Yeah, Gleipnir next.
New game. New game.
new game. New game plus.
Are Radiant gonna catch up on the kill score?
I don't think they can. I don't think they need to kill Dire enough times to catch up.
I don't think so either, but it could happen. You never know.
Could happen. Looks
We've
like
seen crazier things in the last half hour.
Is Nathan? He's just running up the high ground now. He's Lotused off. He's Lotused the full multicast. He's gonna get. Oh no! The horn toss got interrupted by the electric vortex. That was a nombo and a half.
Wall is down now, though.
Wall is down. It's down, but it's going to stay there for a while, and Nathan can still just like tank from out of vision. Carl's going to try and go for a potential burrow strike, but remember, Ollie's waiting in the wings, and those BKBs were popped on Andy as well as Semmel, I believe, right? Oh, not Semmel.
Were they? I don't think.
Just on Andy. Just on Andy.
Did,
yeah.
Andy's is marginally less important now, just because I feel like he kind of needs to play offlane Magnus right now. He needs to be like, he needs to fish.
He needs to collapse, yeah.
And ideally, he wants to fish like a PA, but maybe not one of the ages. So maybe fish like
7k gold lead now for Radiant, by the way. Not sure if you caught that.
Yeah.
From 15k up.
I'm really liking the itemization from the Radiant right now. The Lotus Orbs is really good here. Like it's really good against Skywrath, it's really good against Ogre, and it's really good against Sand King.
I think you're right though. Like it's this like section of the game where I think a lot of the Dire team members have an item, like just one item that I would say is suboptimal or bordering on memeing. And I think that you're right. It's just coming back to haunt them. Like Carl is now at the point where he's going to finish this Lotus in a few minutes, and he's going to be then at the point where like it's a reasonable set of items. He's just left this mid wave as well because of the mistiming on the TP. But they're gonna Andy's maybe finding Nathan, but Nathan is invis ruined up, and he can get so much vision out of this. But Mishook's not in the area. Aidan's not really in the area. There's 143 on the Aegis. Yeah. I think he's gonna go finish his Abyssal.
I want them to try and find a fight here because they have buybacks, right, on all of their players.
Yes. Only Skywrath and Venge don't have buyback. Everyone else in the game has buyback.
I'm surprised the Venge hasn't gone for the Aghanims here this game. Feels like a good Aghanims game, but he's also going for Lotus Orb. I think the collective
wisdom
message here is build Lotus Orbs. Although one of these Lotus Orbs should probably be a crest when you got a PA in your team.
Mishook has parallel wall now as well. Nathan has the Hoof Stomp duration. Ollie's just picked up to 20, so has the echo damage. They're smoked here a little bit. Nathan's leading the charge. Gonna find a stomp straight onto Carl. Needs some damage though. Oh, Aidan, there's a big RP. There's a lot. There's the combo breaker though. Can he get the BKB off? He can't. There's the Aegis going down.
But he's got an Aegis, so second line coming up.
Where's the wall? Oh, it's down. Okay. Semmel's out of mana. He's going to go down here to Aidan. And now Ollie's trying to get away. Carl's bought back for this. OD Pixel style. He's missing on the halberd though. Disarm goes forward. Gets a nice stun on Carl. Epicenter is being channeled. It's a big epicenter. But he's just going to go down immediately. Long ball from base. They're going to kill Mishook. But he's dead. He's dying back near. Oh no, that's an ultra kill for Aidan. Can someone please explain to me what's happening in this game? Comes the voice line from T-Gov's mouth to your screens, and this is not defendable, I think, for Dire. They have Andy with no RP for 80. They have no buyback on Carl or Semmel. They have Ogre plus Skywrath plus Magnus to beat this PA.
They know that the buybacks on.
They happened on screen. Like you can see them on screen right now. Like I wouldn't be surprised to see either any of these Radiant heroes buy back and just go. But it's the Chalk brothers up at the front. Like, I want to see the aggression here, but I just it's so hard to flip your mindset from losing so quote unquote hard. There's the Satanic coming forward.
The PA.
Aidan's in some danger. He's getting skewered back to base. He's got BKB in 3, but he's getting quite a lot. They can kill the PA, and they did.
Oh.
Tom, you cursed him again.
I'm getting really good at this casting business, I'm telling you. I've been taking lessons from Forsaken Oracle.
1145 is the bounty on Aidan going to Ogre, by the way. Ogre's going to buy another Midas with that. But
why buy Midas when PA is Midas creep?
I mean, Hex is buyable, I think, at this point for Ogre, just about. So that's going to be a real thing. I think if Radiant can get away without Aidan having to buy back here, it's a nice spot. There's a big stomp forward. There's a long stun, but it's big stun as well. There's an Echo, please! Does he not have it? He doesn't have it for 2 seconds! For 2 seconds! But, I mean, all these Radiant heroes are just going to die. Actually, Andy doesn't actually get away with it. But should be able to walk back over. There's an RP onto 3. It hits all of them. Oh, this is not good. There's a Sand King illusion. What's going on here? Everyone is so low. Semmel's going to be alive. I don't understand what's happening now.
That was actually really good for the Dire, I think. They got the buyback out of
like that RP was clutch, but I mean they have to spend the next 100 seconds without that up. They've got the fire shield now, by the way, on Ogre, so that's going to stymie PA a little bit.
Yeah, it's going to be doing a lot against the PA. So that little period where Tiny was too good, that fire shield was the reason why Ogre was a counter to that hero, because you just nullified 2 of the big hits basically, and same sort of thing.
So backpack leveler now for Aidan. I think honestly, just build refresher. Like BKB is so much of a trump card in this game. I genuinely think he can just build that item. Maybe after Ag's Blessing, I don't know. If they can catch like Semmel or Carl on these waves again, by the way, like this is the good part of the game. Like,
yeah, I don't like what Carl's doing here. He has no buyback. He knows he has no buyback. They know he has no buyback. Why are you showing on the wave? Like, why is he showing there?
Aidan's getting a bit spicy with these voice lines. The crowd does go wild, both of them.
Yeah.
He ate me.
Just a weird decision there from the Sand King. Right, the next Roshan. The next Roshan is probably the swinger.
It's a weird life decision he's made. Lotus also on Shaker, by the way. Mishook, Aidan is coming back up.
One of these Lotus orbs.
Can someone please explain to me what's cresting in this game? I mean, there's 115 left on the Roshan. Like, Carl's going to be like unpunished. They have a DD rune on either Andy or Semmel. I think they see it or saw it.
Probably on Semmel. No bottle anymore, which I'm surprised by.
It's
almost one of those heroes that I feel like you can keep the bottle for the most of the game.
Like he has an empty backpack as well. Like has a wand still.
He's also got a wand still. Is the main thing. Like I feel like
overwhelming blink finished on Nathan. He's gonna make this slow look real unappetizing. But they're pushing this. I like what they're doing here. Is they're moving into the areas that are controlled by the Dire and pushing them out. Magnus now has the refresher orb.
They know that the Roshan is super important. It's probably going to decide who wins the game now.
Yes, I think so. I think both teams are having they have enough of their buyback cores. Maybe not. We should just go over to buyback.
The Storm and the Sand King both don't.
Yeah, but that's a couple of minutes away, right? That's the 3-minute portion. So it depends like when the Roshan is actually going to be fought. And Nathan's just going to sit in here, and I think that's the correct play.
They're just waiting. The waves are in. They know the storm is bomb, or I think they know the storm is bomb, and they have the outpost control. So when they see the Roshan,
they see the storm now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's up, and they're doing it. They're gonna do it pretty quick. So
it's got Ags on it. So this is a great growth space for Aidan, who's already queuing up Ags Blessing.
This has to be quick. They have to go now.
There's the smoke. I'm scared.
They might get there in time.
They are going to get there in time. They're going to get there in time, and they're going to have 2 RPs and an AC. Oh, this is terrifying. Andy's in.
No!
The Aegis is on the ground. Oh, sorry, the Aegis is in the... Well, no, there's a big wall! The zip! It comes back, though! The RP goes backwards as well! I don't know who's winning, I honestly can't tell! The Aegis is gone. Nathan is down as well. Mishook's trying to buy back here. Aidan is trying to do anything in this fight. His BKB is up. He's getting controlled so much, though. Andy's going to go down. Ollie's going to get the Echo Slam onto so many heroes. The Ogre Magi goes down. Peter's going down on the Skywrath Mage here as well. Storm gets out, but only just. And the total cost is 4 dead for Dire.
Storm needs to not die here. Storm needs to not die here.
He's got no mana. The stun! Ollie with the Aftershock! He's dead!
I don't know whether he map clicked. It looked like he was walking base, and then he just tried to walk to the side and then got kind of treed into vision.
Andy's refresher orb is down. There is no RP to play around for 80 seconds. They just need to not get skewered into base. I think that's the only thing that can kill Aidan. And I'm not even sure that could with the blur. He's got both talents now.
maybe the fort is enough to buy them a little bit of time.
I don't think it's enough here. We're going to go fishing for a Nathan. That they're letting themselves go into this fight is a minor miracle, but there's Mishook with the refresher orb. And the game is over. You know what the gold lead is?
Over, yeah.
15,000 gold. The magic number.
Yep.
Hit the throne, please, boys. Holy fuck, what did I just watch?
I don't know either. I don't know what happened. It was 29-0, guys. Like, I don't know what happened.
I think what we all need to ask ourselves is, can someone please explain to me what's happening in this game?
I mean,
let's go here and this. Oh fuck.
I want to go back and watch that first Roche fight again, because I'm sure that the Dire could have positioned themselves better there to prevent what happened to them happening. Because it felt like there were 3 of them in the pit. The 2 supports were hanging back on the other side. Like the Ogre could have stood forward on the aggressive side, had the Skyref on the defensive side, and you don't need all 3 heroes in the crease.
I think, as we talked about from some of their itemization, some of the decision making, I think the Dire were in the headspace, the mindset. We literally cannot lose, and sometimes you can lose.
There was a very clear. I think there was a very clear and obvious way they can lose. Like well, I guess it's harder in the game, but yeah, I feel like there was just not enough respect given to this Vac Echo combo, which we've seen Mishook do so many times as well. Like the Vacuum plus X, just rescuing games. Like it's his signature move at this point. But I don't know. I feel like that was it's a good game to start off our playoff series with. I'll give you that. And I need a break, honestly. Yeah, I'm gonna get a drink. I'll be right back.
The infamous shutter sound. They'll never know, Biggles. They'll never know.
What did I miss?
I took a screenshot and I played for the stream. Go back to eating grapes. Home.
You're muted.
No.
Oh.
Eating grapes on stream.
The ASMR stream that I didn't know I wanted.
Yeah, Custard asked me to like insult him earlier, so I think I've got a very weird ASMR stream going on.
It's a very niche. Well, I say very niche. Probably not as niche as I think it is. Subculture. Let's go subculture. Yeah. I don't know what to say about that game. I was gonna come back with some remarkable analysis, but all I've got for you is Roshan good. Do Roshan when safe. Do it safely.
Yeah.
Don't build stupid items because you think you're so far ahead you can't lose. That's all I got really, and like it was well played. Honestly, I know we said there was this comeback. They still had to execute it, and they did. So
they had to execute it mentally and physically. Like you have to not just give up when you're 28-0 down and you're getting farmed by an Orchid Storm. Like that in itself is a cliff.
Indeed, and like the timing, like the awareness to know that was when I was going to Roshan as well, to get that, like the smoke play, everything around that was really well done. I still think there were certainly spots in there that the Dire could have done better, but let's not harp on them doing better. But like honestly, the Radiant played that 28 to 38 minute mark super well. Like they took the Aegis, they reset, they didn't like immediately rush out to like take their momentum and shove it in their opponent's faces. They reset and they came back with their cooldowns again and did the same thing like 2 or 3 times in a row. And then at that point they were ahead, and then they played it well. They knew what to do. They needed to get Roshan number 2, they need to get Roshan number 3, and then they finished the game. Nothing to rush there, and they probably correctly identified that if the game went to that point, like to the 30-minute mark, with the PA having BKB plus an item, it was going to be very difficult for the Radiant to do anything about her, and we saw they just couldn't handle BKB to PA at any point here. And then on top of that, there was a lot of interference being played by the Darkseer, by the Centaur, by the Vengeful Spirit, and even the Fishers as well were pretty clutch at points. So,
alrighty, well, teams are ready to get straight back into it. Same arrangement, so Radiant for Podypodpod and first pick for Puckin second. So let's GG go next, I suppose, and this being the next.
Yep.
New pool, new game, new me. Supports.
And right, King. Let's see what we got this time. That might be interesting. We have a Pizza Bane. We have Pizza Bane. There's Niti, but I don't think there's an Niti player in these two teams, right? No.
Magnus again. Right?
Yeah. Magnus again. Although I'm really not a believer in this Magnus one. I feel like Magnus's hit just doesn't allow him to scale properly, and it puts your team in an awkward spot where you have to play really well, executing in a certain manner to win the games. So I'd like them to, if they do pick the Magnus, to play as a 3, rather than this pod one that just doesn't feel right.
I think the monkey is super strong in this pool as well.
Yeah. So supports are good this pool, as opposed to like unlike the last pool.
AA, Raptor, Oracle, Wyvern, all incredible saves and incredible aggression. Shaman, Lion for insta-hex. CK banned out.
I think it's quite easy. It's quite possible to ban out a lot of the better offlaners here as well. Like you can ban out the Tide, you can ban out the you can ban out the Tide, you can ban out the Magnus, and you can ban out the Beastmaster, and suddenly the offlane pool looks quite bad.
It looks like an Alk maybe.
Like an Alk maybe, Veno maybe.
Magnus.
It's just not a lot of offlaners options here, and they're not the traditional type of offlaners either, right? These are all kind of like.
I think Magnus is, but assuming you're banning that one.
Yeah, they're more of like a space taking offlaner than a space making offlaner is the best way I can describe it. They're not greedy. They just don't start a fight for you, and they don't like offer you protection. AA ban from Podypodpod. I wonder whether this is a plan for something. Is there maybe they're looking at Slark or Alchemist? I think Podypodpod are gonna try for this Alchemist this time around, but I think it's a bad idea. There's just too much good heroes against the Alchemist. Too many. Even.
Interesting AA ban.
Yeah, the AA ban, I can only guess that they're trying to go for like like one of the sustain heroes, but there's so many of them.
Alchemist
they banned the Alchemist as the main
out, yeah. I think it was the Andy Alchemist I was giving most credence to here, but I guess they could technically play it on Podypodpod.
Yeah. I also think Alchemist is quite bad in this pool anyway. There's just too many heroes that are good against it. Like Lifesteal's good against it, the Razor's good against it, Slarker's good against it, MK's good against it. So we see the Slark band as well.
Put some respect on Andy's name. Hero. I would expect them to first pick Monkey here, but what they've gone for is the Magnus.
Yeah, so, and as I said before, I hope that this Magnus is going to be offlane this time. I don't want to see another safe lane Magnus, and we go with the Winter Wyvern, which I think is fantastic against the Magnus hero in particular.
Plus Monkey, please plus Monkey.
Plus Monkey would give you a lot of flex and is a really strong duo.
I'm not sure if I'm not sure if Mishook or Goldrian play the Monkey King though, which would be the key point of flex. Actually, this is weird.
Bane away. This might be a potential.
Like a hate pick.
It's kind of like a hate pick, and also they've shown willingness to play this Wyvern as a core.
Oh yeah, they have played the mid Wyvern before as well. Yeah.
So it could be that this is like a bait in air quotes, because Wyvern is still serviceable as a 4, right? And we've seen some teams in the DPC play as a 3, but I think 3 Wyvern is just trash.
Bane also a similar thing. We've seen like Roger Bane for a long time, and just in general other players playing the 4 as well. I do like Raptor, yeah.
It's a long range like cancel for the grip. It's good against the Wyvern in some respects because you can sort of like still kill, or you can set up on whatever is called embraced. Shadow Fiend is decent. I don't know whether there's anything. It's good tilting Nathan factor. I don't know whether that is playing into it, but
I think Nathan is on cloud 9 right now. I do not think he's tiltable. But I mean, Shadow Fiend and Morphling certainly ways to do that. Maybe Tinker, yeah. Give it like exactly 1 triple raise, and he'll be back on board. But yeah, I mean, Shadow Fiend has the flex as well. It's potential that you can play it as a 1. If you're keeping up to date on your DPCs, and it's also an awkward pick into both of these supports, I think, because both of these pierce BKB, which is a traditional power spike for Shadow Fiend.
Kind of. It's good against Wyvern because Cold Embrace is no longer a save. But it is quite. I think Bane is just incredible as a support. It's just so good. I'm surprised they didn't first pick it over this.
Bane's kit is incredibly broken, right?
Yeah, like none of Bane's spells are bad, and like the worst spell is Enfeeble, and Enfeeble is like what, like 25% health regen reduction plus a turn rate plus a cast point reduction.
It's like crazy.
It does everything, and like everything else is great as well.
60% attack reduction, 60% regen reduction, 30% cast speed reduction, and it lasts 11 seconds, and it breaks Lincolns. Like,
yeah,
the best neutral item.
It's just dumb. It's just dumb. Not good in lane anymore, but it's still really stupid. But yeah, I think Bane is just an incredible pick here. I think now they're probably discussing what they want to lane into the Shadow Fiend, because there can't be that many options here, and it might actually just end up being the Wyvern. My worry is that the Wyvern laning into Shadow Fiend is that Wyvern's already really, really bad at last hitting a lane.
Yeah, it's okay, guys. We've selected this game to let Aidan play mid for no reason at all.
So it might be the Razor. Outside of that, I don't really see anything else that can lane comfortably into this mid Shadow Fiend.
Nathan can't see the pool. Apparently.
Oh. That's unfortunate. I don't. Can he see heroes to pick?
Okay, they're screen sharing now apparently, but you might have to move along and try and work it out, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Aidan's been promoted to captain now, so it looks like Aidan is picking.
Making the picks at the very least. Maybe he can Pango, but again, I
don't want that one. Maybe it's good later, but the lane seems like it would be really bad.
Yeah, I think if he can play Invoker works fine.
He can press the buttons on Invoker, but I wouldn't call him an Invoker player. Just like Matt. Smile.
Oh, SpaghettiOs. This could still be Mishook. I don't know what Mishook plays in this pool remaining for an offlaner. Honestly, it might be Razor, it might be Venomancer, but I'm not super enthused by either of those options. So it might just be that he plays Pangolier and I didn't know, but we can see.
He hid this from you the whole season?
I wouldn't say he hid it from me, but I didn't need him to play anything else other than Darkseer. It could also still be. I know that Robbie plays Pangolier, so it could still be a Pangolier 3 played by Robbie, and then flipping Mike into the into the like 4 position.
That opens a nicer Veno avenue for me personally.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not sure it would be the best thing.
I mean, there's still a lot of good other 4s if this Wyvern is indeed a core, but I think Mike also plays Wyvern, so it could just be that Mike plays the Wyvern and Robbie plays the Pangolier 3. Although I think that shows their hand a little bit then. So this Wyvern is a core, whether it's a 3 or a 2, and this line is a 4.
No. They're playing mid Lion because the only thing that Nathan knows is how to steal strats from Nick. It's a known thing in IDL.
Maybe. So now we're back to the wait to Puckin second now pick, and I think they have to pick a melee core. They cannot do the same thing as they did. Like, they can't play this Magnus 1 again, surely. Venge. I like the Venge. Good saves.
Could still be a 3, but I hope it's going to be a 5 or 4, I guess.
Yeah, and I really want this pick here to be the safe lane carry, and I like Monkey King, and I like Ricky.
I'm less enthused about Monkey King considering the suite of spells that Dire have specifically. But I think it's still a good hero, and I think it will farm incredibly quickly. I like the Spectre as well a little bit. Kinda.
I just don't like Spectre as a hero. The hero is just bad. Like, it's just not good. And I think the timings will give whoever plays the Spectre a really hard time to work out how to play this game.
I'm just thinking. I'm thinking with like Magnus giving the Spectre an additional farm and Shadow Fiend, the idea being winning mid and translating that into an early game timing like we saw Semmel do last game. That's kind of what I'm thinking of for the Spectre here. But I do agree with you. Lifestealer.
And another option which I like, which I don't know whether they would play. I actually quite like Lycan here because I think
as a 1?
Bane as a 1 or a 3. I don't hate that as much as like having a what? Okay, so it is a 3 Magnus. Is this a 4 Invoker?
I don't think it's 4 Invoker. I think it's 1 Shadow Fiend, and I think Carl's gonna play it.
No, I think Semmel's playing Shadow Fiend. I don't think Semmel plays Invoker.
I thought he did.
But this is a really weird pick.
Dota buff.
I also think this just means that it's a great Lifestealer game. Like, it's such an incredibly good Lifestealer game. But they go with the Spectre. Okay.
Oh, okay. Semmel does not play Invoker. I won't give you the numbers, but he does not play Invoker.
Yeah. So I was pretty certain on the players playing the heroes. I'm just not sure on the roles.
I think the most likely.
It
has to be.
I think.
Andy, Semmel, Sickboi, Carl, Pizza in that order, right? I think it's not even
Carl as the 4.
Yeah, I think I'm not even like. This is like the most the best way to play this. I think it should be the only way you're comfortable playing Dota. But yeah,
I think that's how it should go. But I think what's going to actually happen, and it might actually be better, is it's Shadow Fiend, Invoker, Magnus, Venge, Disruptor.
I can see that.
Anywhere that puts the Magnus as 3 is good. I think anything else I dislike. I just don't want this Magnus 1 again. It just looked so poor.
Anemic, yeah. Let's see what they do.
Invoker looks like it's got mid items.
So Nathan appears to be having a weird bug where his hero model is showing Winter Wyvern, but the hero he's playing is Sniper. So yeah, we'll see that come to a 4 later. It does look like Semmel was heading down into that safe lane to start off. Carl has started stats and a ward, so yeah, I think what we do have is a 1 Shadow Fiend, a 2 Invoker, a 3 Magnus, a 4 Venge, and a 5 Disruptor. Although that 4 and 5 can be moved around. So you are an amazing detective / genius, and you can continue to cast the video game.
Perfect. But now I have a little think about it, and I think I'm going to go back to the thing you said about the BKB piercing stuns, and I think this is a really hard +1 life Shadow Fiend game. I just don't know whether... I guess with the Venge save it's okay, but it's still going to be hard. They're going to wrap around here. They're going to find anyone? They're not ready for this. Do they have ways to stop people walking away from them? Maybe, yes.
Or Mishook doesn't get everyone.
Stun. Oh, first blood for the Shadow Fiend.
And second blood, maybe.
This is a... Whose game was it the other day where the Shadow Fiend started... It was Uragi, wasn't it? Uragi started with, like, level 1 presence. And that's exactly what Semmel's done here.
It just looks exactly the same. He's a genius.
If Semmel plays like Uragi, I think
we're fucked.
Yeah, I think we're all fucked.
Right, so Carl's gonna play Quaz Wex, or at least Quaz. I think that should get him into a better place against the Wyvern, at least for this laning stage. Build up into the urn. Mishook's playing 4 again. Death Row is actually playing the 3. So this.
I'm surprised by that, but also not. I guess maybe Ollie doesn't feel comfortable on Bane. Was it Bane?
Pete's trading forward onto Mishook.
Such a hard lane to line. I think it's just a hard off lane, honestly. The Shadow Fiend is just going to dominate this Pangolier, I assume, and then the Disruptor can pretty much do whatever they like against the Lion. Lion is not great into Thunderstrike.
Feels like Ollie's a little out of date though. His level 2 skills are Q0E. Like he's not got any points in Shield Crash level 2. It's kind of gonna be difficult, I think. But maybe he just wants to play around disarming the Shadow Fiend and hope that he's all in on raises. But you're losing all of your tilt value by not triple raising Nathan, so draft is shit.
Yep.
He's CSing really well though, Nathan. 8-1, 9-1 now.
Yeah, I think this shouldn't really be happening, but I think the worst part about Wyvern is that it's really hard to last it in the early levels until you get Splinter Blast up.
Well, I mean, if there's
once you have it, it's super easy.
If there's anything I could think to that I'd want to lane into in terms of right-click damage, it's definitely Quaz Wex Invoker.
Yeah, I guess so.
These are literally 2 paper towels hitting each other and hoping that a creep dies somewhere.
Yeah, that's fair. Although Carl's not lasting bad either, so it's just a trade-off.
No, but I think it's kind of the point, right? Is that both of them should be bad laners because of right-click damage, but they're both facing a similar right-click damage like enemy core. So I think we're just seeing a nice farming lane.
The Shadow Fiend hasn't quite got to the point where he can just like right-click everything to death yet.
I do think starting so before Necromastery really comes online, like you really are lacking a lot of the right-click damage as well. He started with a Quelling Blade, for example, and Tango can fuck with you a little bit, and because you can't just turn and raise him, and there's still a Lion like to contend with. Like Ollie's doing absolutely fine in this lane.
Yeah. I guess it's when he gets the soul stacks up there, it's going to become a bit more of an issue. But
see if he takes stats at 5, like fucking Uragi. Aidan also doing remarkably fine in the spot lane. Again, not another weak laner, but I mean, we've just established in the last game, we have no needs for lanes on Radiant.
No. And they're starting off these lanes much better than the last one.
Yeah, much more even and not dead.
Yep.
Although they still have no kills on the board yet again. Honestly.
They have a pacifist run pre 25 minutes.
Oh, that's nice. It's nice to give yourself some. Nice to give yourself some additional difficulty just when the game gets boring for you. Semmel is now starting to hit like a truck. The 14 stacks now with Necromastery, 022 on the build. Not quite taking stats, but close. And Aidan is just being allowed to like be up against this Magnus while the Bane pulls. Peepo, very sad.
Yeah, I'm surprised that the Venge isn't just going to interrupt this pool at all. Missing out on some value experience at the very least. The Shadow Fiend now top
walking over.
Is in danger. Is he though?
I think that's true. There's no Earth Spike. There's no damage. Like Ollie is maybe in danger. Ollie is dead. Mishook is also dead. Mishook has more Earth Spikes, but he has no Hex, no level 3. 1, 2. That's 3 and 0 for the Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, and all he had to do was right click. What a stupid hero.
That's what I really don't like about this. It's like, oh, pizza spot now.
In this game, we have 2 snipers.
Yep.
And we get a kill on the Bane, but not the Spectre. I think they've Aidan's seen this all before. Please, just let me get my item. Just the one.
I think he needs more than one.
Yeah, I think Spectre's a much harder hero to.
I mean, Shadow Fiend's a really weird one, right? Because I don't like being triple raised as much as the next guy, but like I find it so shit that a hero that's designed to be this like, you know, look how good at mid I am, 1v1 me with this hero, like, is just literally skipping its skill spell and like leveling its passives and then just clicking like. And he has 125 damage right now, right click damage.
Yeah.
With Wraithband. Aidan's career goes down the bot lane though.
Stun. Do we have a stun? Oh, Bane's top. Bench saw him. Stun and 3 kicks. 2 clicks. Nightmare. Nice. Plus this arm.
Raise him!
I mean, even if he had raise, it wouldn't do anything there. I'm afraid.
Use your 4th raise. The super long distance. Sunstrike him.
Sunstrike? But that's also the wrong hero.
Yeah, but you have that hero. He's also just playing the shit build. Doesn't do anything. It's not fun.
I don't like that Carl has got his own and has not just decided to move somewhere to get kills. Because top lane looks like it's just free kills if he goes up there with a cold snap, right?
I think so. It's still hard, right? Like, Nathan's not exactly going to push his tower really hard. But, like, it is still a movement to make that you really need to get advantage of.
If you build Urn, then I feel like that's just a movement you have to do on a Invoker that builds Urn, I feel like.
I think the Urn is just a good enough item as well. Like, you obviously would value charges and you'll bend over backwards to get them, but I don't think it's quite ditch my lane while I'm ahead and doing okay. Not ahead necessarily, but like doing okay in the lane to go and try and get some. Courier's going down left, right, and center in the bot lane. Mishook in some danger, but Aidan's happy farming. Carl is down here now, though. We're seeing if Nathan will respond to this. Up top, though, Galdrian's... He's being clicked on. He's dead as a result of the clicking. Although, I mean, as we talked about Enfeeble before, like, Enfeeble is going to mount up to, what, like a very large reduction in Shadow Fiend's ability to right-click damage.
It doesn't reduce green damage. It only reduces white damage. I think.
It just says, like... I mean, I don't know what it says, but... It just says attack reduction. Total attack damage. Who knows what that could even mean?
I'm 90% sure it means white damage and not green damage.
Total attack damage. Total attack damage.
Yeah, I think that's just white damage.
Top, total attack damage, Top.
Yeah.
Seeing the Bane doing stuff again. Kind of spreading out the damage a lot. Mishook, he's going to go down here by the looks of it. Unless he can really get some of these. Deny him! Nope. Sag. How much did he die by there? 52, so he died by like 10. Sag. Up top. Seeing Ollie going down again. To the...
Yeah, Shadow Fiend... Okay, they're going for a new record, guys. They're on 7-0. Can they get to 30 this time?
And then can they win?
That's the important bit. That's what it was. They needed the 30th one to win the game. They just couldn't quite manage it. And so they had to commit some Sudoku. I don't like what the Venge's doing now. The Venge is just sitting here, not really achieving much, and possibly feeding. Why has the Shadow Fiend gone for the mask, I wonder? Maybe it's for the Satanic later, but it seems like a really unnecessary item.
I
guess he's so far ahead.
I think Shadow Fiend tends to jungle quite a bit from what I've seen. So I mean, it is similar to the Morphling, but without like 0 health.
Is this standard? The mob? I've never seen this before. I didn't watch the Uragi game. Is this what he did?
I don't know if it's standard. Might be historic.
This looks fun. Can I play Shadow Fiend?
No.
I need to go and fire up the game. Oh. Carry it is. Apparently the standard build for carry Shadow Fiend.
In the bot lane, there's a lot of damage happening now. Gets the swap back on Pizza. Here's the Haunt, just to get any illusion damage, but there's not enough. Gets the Haunt forward. Does he have the vision? He's getting it, but he fogs. He sees up the hill. Pizza, gonna die. Bonk. Poggies. Tranquilboo's now finished for the Lion.
No end charges.
Yep.
And the Wyvern's just having a great time. So last time Nathan played this hero was because there was just absolutely no catch for him. This time round, there is. So he does need to be a bit more careful. It's not quite as easy as getting Aghanims and suddenly you're invincible. There's the Magnus skewers, there's the swaps, there's the glimpses that can catch you out. But he is farming very well for the mid Wyvern. It's like 1k ahead of the Invoker, who's just rotated and not got very much done.
Carla's using a what? He's level 4 Wex. I mean, I guess it reduces their speed, but that would be quite a thing to go for. Anyway, they get the deny eventually on the double damage rune up top, despite the fact that you're Quaswex Invoker and Dispel at any point, but I guess he doesn't want to leave himself open to a potential... Oh, Pizza rotating here, has the Thunderstrike going out as well.
No Static Storm though, so no further damage.
Mishook comes in from downtown with the finger. 1 stack and 1 Ocean Heart, apparently. No Ocean Hearts. Goes to look for some stacks. He finds 1 set of hard stacks. Meanwhile, Goldrian is dying in the bot lane to the swap and indeed the Magnus.
Yep.
Ollie being kind of forced out of lane. He's got a lot of XP though on the Pangolier. I wonder what he's building. He's building Maelstrom, which is like fine. I would kind of like to see him build up into more of this like Blink Shard idea. Maybe some kind of mech.
Is a fat boy.
That's rude. It's just
he is a large lad.
He's the Christmas period.
It's not post-Christmas, so what's the excuse there?
I don't know. It's dinner time,
anyway,
isn't it?
Has got 6k net worth at 12 minutes, which is large.
And he's gonna go for the RP. Does find it. Gets nightmared up though. That's such a good combo breaker, and he's just dead. Maybe he's gonna get out actually. To Goldrian. Goldrian's so far forward. So many heroes here. Semmel's TP'd here as well. But I don't think they can actually find anything because Carl's cooldowns are on. Like Carl's spells are on cooldown. Aidan is just farming here, just seeing all these heroes. It's crazy.
Semmel's in trouble.
Is he?
Semmel's in a lot of trouble.
He is in a lot of trouble. That's a Witchblade. Oh.
Oh no, he's not dead. Not yet.
Deep Burn's running out. There's the Winter's Curse. Goes out onto Carl.
Oh.
He's got at least 1 Exalt Orb, but it's not that good.
So
Bit of a... Any spellers? There's a... Oh, the Witchblade ticks. No. There's nothing Why is nothing happening? Stag Storm goes out onto Aidan, but I don't think it's going to kill either of them. And I think we're going to get some more walking away. How much stuff happened without anyone except Goldrian's courier being a casualty? What is going on?
A lot of... At least the arm waving was impressive.
That's not the words, Tom.
I don't know the words.
At least all of that arcane babbling and arm waving you did was impressive. They might be the wrong way around. I can't remember. I don't know any cards. But, I mean, Ollie's time of his life up here. Like, he's been shat on by a Shadow Fiend, and now he's just free in a lane. This is the best thing ever.
And he's actually second on net worth on his team, and is actually over the Invoker, who's... All these rotations, he still hasn't got his earn charge.
They can glyph this bot tower for even more. Nathan's looking for a Winter's Curse in 15 seconds, but oh my, he showed? He's a mental mad person. There's the Horn.
Fight with the Horn.
They do. Mishook's going to go down just to Semmel though. Now the Witchblade is gone. You want to catch the Shadow Fiend and get him to beat someone else. Nathan goes for the TP. Oh, he sacrifices both of his supports so that his support might live. I don't like Ollie being down here at all. I just wanted Ollie to stay top and use his Maelstrom, and now he's going to die. Oh no, Ollie. Oliver.
Is he going to give over that first down charge finally? Can he get down charge? Yes, he gets the down charge. Midas, please. Thank you. Finally.
I hate people moving out of good lanes to come and rescue shit fights. And that is the quintessential what just happened there. And I don't even think... I just don't think Nathan should have been there.
That's the quintessential Radiant shit fight as well, right? It's the one tower that, like, we
as
support always scream at.
Please
so, like,
glyph
give
mid.
It away.
Please go and, like, Winter's Curse these heroes in mid. Yeah. Mishook's farming now. Here we go. Blink Dagger soon. Are they just gonna... They just can't get into the space enough. Looks like Sickboi's gonna do some stuff. Great swap. Great static. Oh no. Nathan, though. He's going to cold embrace himself up. I'm not sure he's going to find anything useful. Yeah, he's going to kill him. Oh, no, he can't turn. He was turning and casting Winter's Curse, which just wasn't enough, and it would have been great. Mishook. He's realized I am the 3-player. Whether my farm says it or not, I am the 3. I take the tower. And if Ollie had done this, he would be so rich and so useful right now.
I mean, the money on the line isn't wasted, but like, yeah.
It's absolutely not wasted, no. I just want the Pango's blink as fast as possible. He's going for the Basher after this. And I don't mind it, but I think you need to... So your fight is get on the Shadow Fiend before he has BKB.
Please, Invoker. Oh, no.
I didn't see it. Why can't I rewind 10 seconds? Where's the button gone? Did he miss the tornado?
I feel like he should have just thrown... He didn't miss the tornado. He just didn't throw anything until he saw the hero. Which I think... You see the good, like, the top level invokers, right? They're like Mirana players. They just throw everything out and just hope. They just fish. And then Mishook does the ATF. TP's out of a dangerous spot. Gets a kill somewhere else that I didn't expect him to get a kill. Okay, cool.
I'm always impressed by how much worse my game 2 observing is than my game 1 observing. Wonderful.
I don't blame you after that first game, to be fair.
Crystallis finished up now for Shadow Fiend, going for the Sanjan Yasha.
It's a lot of damage.
It is. We've seen the natural build up into Shard and Daedalus and all this kind of crap. I mean, it's going to come out. He's just going to be any other Lunar man. Carl Ghost walking past.
Really shit.
Goldrian should place a sentry. He's getting fucking ghost walked. It's making me sad.
Magnus is in the area. Has Echo Saber. He's also quite a large lad.
They're all quite large lads. There is only one large lad, but there's a few medium-sized large lads.
Yeah.
It's a huge boulder, the size of a small boulder. Spectre's a large lad. Laddie.
Ladette. Oh, goes for the curse.
Are we gonna...
coming in. I don't think you want to be here, Peter.
This is a great positioning from Ollie to walk all from Robbie to walk all the way over. Tries to go for the static cancel, but it's going to end up just feeding. Not sure that's going to work either. They definitely didn't have any stuns, but they did have Brain Sap and Witchblade, so...
Oh. The Diet are in a reasonably comfortable lead, but they have to be wary of the same thing as they did last game, is that they need to use this advantage that they have to take the objectives that are relevant, which currently is not the top tier one. They need to go and invade where the Spectre is, and they're vision of this, right? They have the ward on the high ground, which is nice. They can spot the Spectre farming.
Where?
And they
That's
should
just
be taking
the sentry, right?
No, they have a dire ward on the cliff.
Oh, okay, yeah, this one.
So they should smoke up, find the Spectre, kill the Spectre, and then go to Roshan. Because they have Svenge plus the Necromastery. I think Necromastery works on Roshan. The Roshan should just fall over. Basically, with Alacrity and everything else as well. Haste Rune now on the Magnus.
We going fishing.
There's no smoke, so the Radiant will see this. Gets the Lion.
Oh my god, what? Was there a right click in there?
Rush off this. Yeah, that was a right click.
Okay, it was like the magic missile hit at the same time as 402 damage from a Shadow Fiend, so...
Please go do the Roshan. Pings on the ward from.
They remember
somebody.
last time, Tom. They remember last time.
Yeah, I mean, if they do truly remember last time, then they will position themselves a bit better this time. So, like, the Venge, one of the two supports need to stand on. Yeah, the. So when you play football, right?
Pizza should be here, ready to cast Static Storm here. Venge should be here.
No. Pizza's standing in the position that she should have been last game, or one of them should have been last game, but they're gonna get rolled at and leave.
Oh, that's a beautiful curse as well.
Yeah.
Looks like they found Carl up here, but I don't think they have vision. They don't need it.
Doesn't matter.
Pizza buys back, having not used Static Storm, which I don't mind. This Roshan, man, I'm telling you, it's bad. You just can't win. They're down Ball, they're down Curse, they're down Haunt, though, so it seems like a really hard fight for the Dire. Oh, that doesn't work how I thought it would work. Gonna get Andy, though, as well. Ollie needs to leave. The swap comes back. Oh, that's cool. Oh, no. Ollie's just getting pinged about like a fucking bouncy ball right now. Oh, poor lad. The Nightmare save did not work how I thought it was going to work. Like, it worked like this.
It goes back to where it was.
I guess, like, fuck all beats glimpse, right? Like, it's so weird.
Yeah, you can't even use dodge it, if I remember right. So.
No, I mean, it'd be really easy if you could use dodge it.
So, I know that looks bad, but they can just go back now, because there's no Curse, no Haunt, and no Ball.
I mean, there's Curse in 18. Haunt is a bit further away, but there's Ball back up. Is up in 10, but they're just not going to be able to, like, it's this constant problem we see with lower level players, or like in general, like players of our caliber as compared to pro caliber. They're just like, they go, oh fuck, we lost to this insane spell, let's farm a bit, and then you get your item and you go back and you're like, let's go fight, and you get spelled again, and you're like, oh, I guess we can't fight, and then you just farm out and you lose. Like, you need to just go back, realize you're strong because of this spell timing, and then take your spells that you know you have, like Swap and like RP, and not wait for spells that are the same length as your enemy spells, like Requiem of Souls, compared to Winter's Curse. Oh, it's even longer, actually.
The Horn is up in a minute. He's going to have his Shadow Step in about 1,000 gold.
Is he building that? I didn't think he'd build that this game, but I guess...
I mean, it's still a good game for it, because I think actually even Shadow Phoenix is susceptible to it later on. It's just a hard game now for the Dire. I feel like that Roche take, I like their positioning a lot better that time, but they're still, this time around, they aren't far enough ahead to just go, I guess, and they didn't get RP off, which is, they didn't have it, I don't think. And yeah, at least Shadow Fiend didn't die, so there's that. They're going to try and go back in now, but it's really close to the Haunt timing now, so it's dangerous again. They really just want to take this RP, get a fight down, and then go Roche.
There's the Axon Spectre now.
Catch this Wyvern maybe?
Wyvern's 15 now, so plus 2 seconds on the Arctic Burn debuff. It's big slows. He's going to have his Aghanim Sept in about 500 gold. There's the Horn Toss and the Curse back. The Hex goes out onto Nathan. He's going to get the Curse off, and there's going to be a nice setup from Ollie, maybe. Oh, he doesn't go forward.
I'll trade my Venge for your Winter's Curse and your Wyvern. Please go Roshan now.
Semmel has the DD in the bot river.
Shadow Fiend. Yeah, they gotta go straight for the Roshan this time. They still have the RP as well, so they can... Again, I don't think they need anyone in this pit other than the Shadow Fiend, so everyone leave.
Yeah, it does fully affect Roshan by the looks of it, so...
Smash.
Here's the Roshan. Outplayed.
Now they can go and clear out the rest of the remaining T2s. So... That is a bit of a delayed thing, but essentially the same thing happened. They got to take Roshan from underneath Winter's Curse, which I think is probably the most important fight spell for the Radiant right now.
Semmel's got the talent now as well, which is...
Presence, yeah. Presence affects buildings is big.
Okay, Ollie's gone straight forward into this pit now. There's no Haunt available for... now, it's just been used actually. Semmel's trying to get the fear off. He has the Aegis, but he's taking a lot of damage from from Arctic Burn. There's going to be a fight here somewhere. Nice disarm, nice Earth Spike. There's a nice roll again. You can do a lot of intervention as well.
But Andy has to go and fight.
Look at the backlight. Look at Invoker. Like Aidan and Ollie are just tag teaming the guy. That's kind of rude. And there's a big Winter's Curse. No, Ollie, don't disarm. Needs to get the second kill on Semmel here. There's the disarm. Beautiful. He can fucking disarm this man. He's got his 17% and he's got it working. Pizza's going to get the nice Earth Spike back, but it just means that the kill's going to go over to my good friend Spectre. Okay, classic TI-10 Aegis. And we're seeing the power of Winter's Curse. Again, I think Ollie could have backloaded a lot more damage than he did in that fight, and it was still a really insane spell. He's going full damage build. I'm not a big fan.
Maybe not trusting in his Spectre to do enough damage. Spectre? Oh, I forgot about this. Actually, the Eye of Skadi is going to ruin this.
Yep. It's really, really bad for Shadow Fiend.
Yeah. But this feels like it's gonna be hard from even this spot. Honestly, they're just not far enough ahead with the Spectre. Like, you know how, not Spectre, the Shadow Fiend. You know, like how when you watch like a Luna game or a
yeah, it's even, so it's lost kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of the same thing. And it's not even just the SF. It applies to Magnus as well in some respects.
I mean, Magnus should put you in a position where your net worth looks inflated, and you still have to realize that. But if your net worth doesn't even look inflated, question mark.
Yeah, exactly.
But we've seen some game today, Tom, and not willing to call it just yet. Big Winter's Curse out onto Magnus. Needs to go closer, I think. Just to the groups are there anyway. There's the Hex. No finger just yet, but Andy is dead. It takes a while. Andy's not dead.
No, he's alive.
He's fine. That was a great stick at the end there. What a great wand. Wow, that's a misstep from the Radiant Heroes.
I say he's fine. He has to walk home.
He's fine.
He's alive. So
yeah, Winter's Curse down now for another 60 seconds. He's got himself a Grove Bow, by the way, on Nathan. I didn't notice that. Travels Witchblade, Aghanim Scepter done now. What we see in this spot is that Winter Wyverns start building up towards a couple of mana regen items to sustain this mana usage, right? Because he uses 20 mana a second. But he's also going for the BKB first because he recognizes that there's a lot of things to get out of here, especially number one is the Static Storm. But BKB is going to help him very little against both RP and against Shadow Fiend.
I wonder whether the Shadow Fiend will elect to go for BKB this game. It must look unappealing, but I feel like you need it against Pangolier.
I'm surprised we haven't seen the Shard yet. I thought that was pretty common just in building up to the crit. Because you just get to crit them twice, and you gank the same way that Shadowblade Requiem Souls normally does. Ollie is in Narnia. The bad Narnia. The one with not Mr. Tomness, but like Shadow Fiend and his band of merry men. I don't think I want to have... It's 5 heroes, says Ollie. Madge.
To hell with you.
Jesus Christ. This is the lamest ult chat ever, guys. Like, we could pick it up. I want to see some F-bombs. I want to see some fight me's. Good old chat lines. We're TPing back. No glyph for the mid tower, so Semmel with the alacrity, which again I hadn't considered as a thing that was happening in this game, but definitely is. Full on alacrity Shadow Fiend.
Yeah. I mean, the Shadow Fiend can carry. Has the Break Blade now as well, which it goes towards dealing with this Spectre.
Yep.
And like in terms of team fight, I think Curse trumps everything, but you still do have RP. So if you ever get an RP on the Winter's Curse, for example, you still win that fight, you know?
Yeah, so they're smoking his 3, but the wrong side of the map. And I think the problem, Shadow Fiend is, by the way, as you said, building up towards this BKB and Shard. And I think it's going to be necessary because, like, regardless of any intervention, if the Bane gets off a clean Fiend's grip from Fog, it's brutal. Like, you have no play.
I was actually thinking whether or not it might be just better to take like Lincoln Sphere, but I think it is just BKB because if your team gets Winter's Curse and you have BKB on, it's still fine for your team for the most part. It just can't have you hitting someone.
I think you need supporting Lotus. I think because Lotus against it's always the thing we say, right? You get one good Winter's Curse Lotus and the game is over, and the same applies to a lot of these spells. Oh, we're seeing some Fisherman Andy go off again. Mishook is grabbing a death.
This is why I much prefer this Magnus, because he can do this as a 3. He can't do this as a one.
He doesn't need to like dedicate time to actually also farming. Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have to value his life. He can just go in and get these.
Spectre's farming away though, but the Breakblade is making that a little unfortunate. We're about something like 1,000 and ish gold away from the Skadi, at which point that is still a BKB piercing fuck you to the ranged carry.
Yep.
Technical term. Yeah, I do like Andy Fisherman rather than Andy Carry, to be honest. They look similar, but the mindset is different, I think, is the point. Ceremonial robe found for Dire. Haven't seen many of these shadow steps going out. I don't know if you have.
No, I just don't know. Like he can't really shadow step on anyone easily. Like the disruptor.
Like this one.
Well, there's just like Venge is actually surprisingly tanky because anti-hero.
Venge just jumps away 10 armor.
Yeah, and the disruptor is actually surprisingly good against it because glimpse. So it's actually quite hard to profitably use the shadow step here.
Did I mix my magics?
Semmel TPing from mid lane to the outpost is not efficient time use, but he could have just walked. But there's another
they
DD.
Are waiting for the
DD freshly spawns at 30 minutes. They're going to smoke with it. Into the triangle. They're probably going to catch the Bane. But he's glimmered, so gets away.
Yeah, walks away.
Top tier 1 probably going to be the casualty. As Nathan is taking up residence in a split push lane, as he is wont to do. So we're getting a glimpse back onto Goldrian. Yes, that was 1,060 on the old double damage rune. Which is approximately double the damage he would have done without the double damage rune. And the building gets 6 shot. This rune is so boring. I really despise its existence. It's boringly named and it's boringly mechanicked.
I wonder whether, or want to know what Radiant's waiting for. I guess they don't really want to take a fight right now because they're worried that if they take a fight right now and Roshan is up, they lose Roshan.
Mm-hmm.
So they just want that Roshan pit fight, I guess. But they don't have vision over there right now. They only have, I guess, they have that cliffwood on the Dire jungle.
EKB and oh, there we go. Here's Fisherman Andy.
He missed.
He missed. Fishing with dynamite. But top tier 2 goes down anyway.
Yep.
Andy BKB now finished.
Roshan is up in 5 seconds. Do you think they'll check?
Yeah.
Pango's on the other side of the map as well, as is the Lion and the Spectre.
Yeah, Pango has a lot of money relative to his station. I think he's got the Aghanim Scepter now.
They do know this whole movement here from the Lion and the Spectre.
They have at least this vision, yeah.
Hope they don't poke high ground. This is like the ideal. So when everyone talks about ideal high ground throws, what they really mean is the ideal.
Not going Roshan.
High ground.
No, they mean the ideal. Why am I here? Yeah.
Yeah. Like, why am I poking high ground when I should be just doing literally anything else on the map?
Skadi is finished, but I think they're just scared of like their big spells versus the enemy's big spells. So Spectre wants to wait for a really nice haunt and get onto the Shadow Fiend, I think, at this point, and find a way, I guess, to BKB up the Requiem. But the problem with that is no BKB.
Yeah.
Oh, glimpse onto the Pango.
Pango.
Nice jump.
Nice, really
nice
good.
swap.
Good swap.
Needs a lot of Aghanim Shard at this point. Andy trying to go for the Hauntos. I think there's still a fight to be taken here, but you're down Pango, which is so much worse to you.
Took Pango out. Please go check Roshan. Like that's another aspect of it. Right? They just lost one of the big spells.
Probably the biggest Roshan spell in the game as well here, right? Specific to Roshan.
Arguable. I still think Curse is more important here, but yeah, one of them at least. So they can go Roshan here. They leave literally nobody in the pit apart from this Shadow Fiend.
They're smoking, but I think they're going to be too late. Andy's positioned to break really nicely behind this tree. Here's the Haunt coming in as well. Going to kill off Pizza immediately. Yep. Aidan's come in. He's gone in Aidan's like deep. On his own, yeah. Semmel he's getting Scardied up. He needs to Requiem here. Nice Curse! Is it going to be enough? Oh, the swap back. All I can hear is the start of Curse over and over again. Please stop.
You mean Requiem?
Yeah, that's the one. Mishook setting up onto Andy. There's no Winter's Curse though. Sorry, no Finger of Death. I think this fight is scary now for the Dire because Pango's back.
Yeah.
Still no blink.
Although, if the Magnus can just get resources and come back, they are actually an advantage because they have all their spells. There's no Curse. There's no Haunt.
There's Arcane Rune now on. Oh, here's the Shadow Step onto Semmel. They need the vision. There's the bash. They need to find him. There's the dust. I think they get him here. Yeah, there's the Pango Ball. And that's not going to be good enough against all the rest of these spells that are coming through now. Carl is in some danger, has the BKB on himself, but absolutely nothing they can really do here, I think. Nice Tornado onto 3. Ollie's trying to get forward. There it is! Nathan with the Splinter Blast and the grip onto the Venge! This fight expanded way further than I thought they would. Now, Radiant Heroes. Can I give you a suggestion? It doesn't involve chasing Mishook underneath that tower. It does potentially involve getting this mid tower. It also definitely involves taking this half-health Roshan that you've seen.
Yeah.
Please. One time. Take your heroes. Put them over here.
They're going.
With your bird, man. They're not going. They're going to stand near it and never do it. I'm going to die.
Slowly. I don't know whether they have the damage.
Do they have any medallion? They have Pango. It doesn't do any damage to them, but like... It does maybe if you miss your...
Spectre is fine.
Do you Desolate Roshan?
Yep.
That's broken.
That's why the Manta...
Oh, Nathan's positioned so well. Is he going to get a curse? He is going to get a curse. Peter's going to die off this for sure. Andy's in some danger now, though. Is the Shadow Step? Shadow Step is... No, Aidan, no. Sag. Okay, maybe it doesn't...
Curse too good.
Didn't want to fight anyway.
No cooldown.
I don't know why it has no cooldown. Maybe it just has no cooldown. Why does it have no cooldown?
Hero is not good enough and needs more buffing.
Asterisk. Remember what happened last time it was good? Remember?
Nothing happened.
Nothing happens because no one can do any physical damage. Cold Embrace dispellable when?
I don't think that matters. Like honestly, the hero is just so good on the...
If it doesn't matter, then we'll be happy if it just happens anyway.
Sure.
Nullify everything. I love Nullifier. Alright, Nathan's getting up towards this scary doors. He's going to have a full Bloodthorn like for the next fight probably. Aidan's revealed his Skadi and shown how good that is, going straight into Manta now.
Yeah, that's the spot at which you can just kill anyone on your own with the Shadow Step.
Andy's next item in this spot, last game was the Refresher Rob, right? Are we going to see Fisherman Andy ×2?
Yeah, I think this game is a lot on Andy's shoulders now. He needs to get... His RPs need to be better than opposing Winter's Curses, which is just so much harder to execute compared to Winter's Curse. Winter's Curse is just like brain dead, AFK. Oh, there's a hero next to Shadow Fiend, you're dead. Or there's a hero next to a Magnus, you're dead. Or there's a Magnus next to a Shadow Fiend, you're dead. But yeah, Magnus has got a lot on this plate.
Oh, there's a Nightmare save. I say save.
Grip. Yeah.
Semmel might try and get something done here, but he cannot. Let's use the finger. They get out. Ollie's commitment to this build is really nice though, like regardless of like how I think about it, like the fact that he's playing like this and getting these items makes him a really, really difficult thing to hit in any of these fights. Because he like is able to also, as Nathan, cancel at least one of these Requiem attempts. He's able to just start rolling up on these heroes that are really susceptible to it, and this Basher with Ags is a very strong BKB piercing disable. Shadow Fiend's working on his own Skadi, which is going to be a problem for Nathan specifically. But the fact that we're playing this game with Aidan having a Skadi for the last maybe 5-10 minutes and Semmel not is a good time. Dire Heroes, they're coming back into the Roshan. Did they not see Pizza? Really? Nighttime's a hell of a drug, man. She doesn't take the night vision? She doesn't have a night vision talent? I thought she did.
No, got changed.
Okay.
To the Splinter Blast radius.
You're right about that. Damage debuff visual effect. It does have one now. Timeless Relic now TP'd back. Ascetics cap finished for... Not finished, but found by Semmels. That should help the initial burst that they're able to do. I think it works like such that if it's just straight up cast Winter's Curse on him, then it actually does affect that as well. It's worded like a replacement effect, but this ain't your Wild West rodeo with the magics. We're getting weird spam bots in the chat, but like they're not finding anything useful. I want to know about hot singles in my area. So yeah, refresher up, sorry. Go ahead.
Solitude. Yeah, refresher is almost done on the Andy hero. I said almost done. It's like the recipe away, which is the expensive part.
Mm-hmm. What are Radiant waiting for?
A bit of a lull. Radiant are not on a timer, or at least they don't feel like they're on a timer, so they don't need to force the fight. Their tools are better for counter engage, so they're just trying to.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Dire smoking. They probably find Mishook here, by the looks of it. Carl ghost walking up. Actually, not ghost walk. It's just a break blade. Get the glimpse back with the rune, with the ward rather. That's not fair. Oh, as look at the Magnus now. Yeah, it's a real trouble. Semmel potential to just get Winter's Curse, but Manta dodge unsuccessful. Andy is getting out, by the way, and finding a haster in the top river. There's a Winter's Curse out that I can't see. It's onto Carl, and there's a lot of damage. All the stuff going in the back lines. Aidan is there too. Here's the Winter's Curse. Oh, that was close to not being in that. Or close to being in. Oh, Mishook from the side gets the Invoker, and they can't cancel the TP on Semmel. He just gets the TP away, but it feels like one of those TPs where it's. Hello? Team? Team? Nightmare? Any? Hex? Aegis? Down? Alright, so, yeah. I mean, the fight could have been a lot better there for Radiant if it was a little more tight, but really nice to get those two heroes for not a lot.
Difficult because the Magnus was leading that charge, right?
Yeah.
He also needs not. He needs to be the person who comes in afterwards with the RP. So it's like it's just so hard to play this Magnus game right now.
It's so hard to play Magnus in general right now. I feel like because you have tools that are like half in like 1 foot in the 3 camp and half in the 1 camp, and you do some things really well, you do some things really poorly. And in games like this, where you have to like protect your Shadow Fiend from anything, you need he tanked the full grip, which is what more can you ask of an offlaner than to do that?
Yeah, but then because he tanked the full grip,
yeah, they can't do anything.
Give the RP to do anything. Yeah. And like,
they got swap back on Mishook. Looks like he dead. Looks like he may be dead. Looks like he cold embrace. Ollie's coming in now from the side. Look at this. Look at it. Use your W. It's really good. Please, it stuns everything. Okay, what are we finding here?
Back to come in. Still has the RP.
He's looking for something. He gets hexed up immediately. This is just going to die back. Oh no, Andy gets abyssalled. Someone kill him, please. Well. Okay, he does. Semmel is now nightmared up. Is there another? There's no Fiend's Grip available, but everything else is. You're seeing Semmel so slow, and this is just the Winter's Curse, the Orchid coming out, everything is so brutal. They just can't do anything. Ollie's got another Basher, but he can't actually find anything. Cataclysm just doesn't do anything. Okay, Ollie's in some danger. Gets sick disarm. Needs to make sure they don't glyph on Dire, but he's fine. Because his mid laner is healing him. He's going for the Deafening Blast. Carl goes for the Deafening Blast and just dies on the spot for daring to make an attempt at Ollie Rowe's life.
Yeah.
Oh no. That fight was a 7 or 8k gold swing just on the spot.
I mean, they brought back 3 heroes, I want to say, one of which die-backed. And
Semmel, Pizza, and Magnus, and Andy all died back. Door back. They're going again.
Yeah.
Look at Venge.
Venge is dead. Where were you when Venge was killed?
Venge Illusion is kill? Venge Illusion is kill.
Venge Illusion also killed. SF also seems to be killed.
Maybe Pizza is kill. Any revealers? Just shield crash. Bruh. Let's maybe get this tier 2 bot instead. Is there anything to stop them going high ground here? Not really, right? Mishook actually has that talent, by the way, the mana drain restores allies talent. So he's just keeping Aidan in full use of his expensive items and abilities, which is really nice. I don't know if he realizes, by the way, if he targets Aidan, he actually does get both of the range creeps that are in range of him. So I'm not sure if he realizes his ability works that way, because it's absolutely stupid. I love the talent so much. Alright, they back away from Andy, showing a little bit of respect here. Winter's Curse available again with the Orchid as well.
Oh, the
SF farming across the wave.
I mean, the SF can probably just break base on his own here.
Oh, they got the Spectre! Kill him! Kill him immediately! But it's not a Spectre, it's just an illusion. Desolate that building. Nathan sidesteps the tornado and he's just sniping these buildings down, literally. Semmel might be able to do something here with the Break Blade, but he just can't. Oh, Nathan, what are you doing, my friend? It's a solo Venge. Not the best thing in the world, but they get a killing spree on Mishook, and this is a Carl dieback, probably. Not dieback, actually.
First death, yes, dieback still. Venge illusion is going to go down as well, though.
I mean, they get a Stack Storm on Aidan, but he's now at 90% health. He's standing in it for funsies. Oh my god,
he's a Spectre.
He's a Spectre. 45 minutes. Oh, the grip! They find it! Andy's looking. That one doesn't stun, that one does. Semmel dies, die back. Everyone's going forward now. Andy's looking for the perfect RP. He just can't find it. He's forced to use his BKB offensively. Mishook just stands in the tornado because he can. Need to get Goldrian out. Potential glimpse back. Mishook's playing this game excellently right now. He's using his shard to full effect. Oh, you can't just cold embrace your carry so that you win on BLD. That's cheating. Tim would have you hung at the stake for that. Hung at the stake? Burned at the stake. That's the one. I mean, this series has got to feel great for the Radiant team right now.
I imagine so. Yeah. I mean, this game has been a lot less of a comeback and more of a. I think they just won on draft.
I think it was a bit squeaky bum time with the strength of the SF, but like that later on.
You know that the SF dies once or twice.
I don't know. I just don't know how pro players can play this SF because it just feels to me Mishook. Oh, he got forced forward by Sickboi. That was cute. I didn't even see that. I thought it was just insane. Like, is it wrong that it's not even off the table that Mishook made all of those moves on his hero himself? Like, I wouldn't put it past him to just force forwards. Like,
I mean, he is a madman, but maybe
not quite that much
when he's on like dieback timer, but still.
You just gotta get the dieback penalty, right?
Got megas. This team got megas, so it's fine, right? That's how it works.
That's how I would measure it. Who's got the AC? Is it on Pango? I can't click him.
Yeah, Pango.
That's a nice build up as well.
Sensible.
It's gone for the swashbuckle cooldown as well. Like the so this is one of the key things. Like the swashbuckle cooldown with the basher is really nice, but like the rolling thunder with the ags is really nice. So it's a bit of a weird one. But I think he's valuing the ability to disarm SF and the ability to get out of places.
Yep. We're saying that the SF being strong is the same like safe lane or mid lane. If SF is strong but he dies twice, it's just a big net worth pinata.
Yeah, I guess I just feel like this SF, when he's building into this like right-click damage build, he feels so weak to Skadi, and he just feels like he dies. Look at top, like, oh, Andy misses the horn toss. Fisherman Andy is needs some new bait, I think. But Semmel's BKB is forced, and they can just go high ground, I think, here maybe. They don't need to, right? They have megas. But
yeah,
Aegis is on Aidan.
They have Aegis. They can wait for Mishook to respawn, and then.
Oh yeah, I forgot he was dead. He's dead for a long time.
He was on dieback timer, so.
Yeah. Nathan is actually hasted with just Shadowblade and Arctic Burn. What a world.
Aidan is got no buyback, 8 his agonyms, and has treads in his backpack.
He's fixed it. He's good.
Okay.
Mjolnir finished on death row because I assume that Nathan would have just abandoned if he built Gleipnir, because I think that's definitely a better item in this game. Although maybe giving the Lord of Lightning to your Spectre is not the worst thing.
Spectre is already the Lord of Lightning.
Oh, how Lord of Lightning are we talking? Oh, he's out again. Pizza's still gonna take like 60% of their health.
Yeah.
Look at these Spectre illusions, man. I love that line. That is a really good Arkosh line, actually. And I'm surprised that it hasn't come out more, considering that Nathan had to play against the Shadow Fiend in this game. But it's probably only because it wasn't in the lane with him.
Yeah, not being in the lane probably helped. Not sure that this Invoker pick worked out for them in the end. I feel like
This was the last pick, right?
yeah, it was
kind
last
of
pick
kind of cemented their draft. So they're smoking around to make a play here. They want to haunt in. They might break the disc on Carl, and they need to be worried that, or need to be careful that doesn't actually affect them too much. There it is. Ollie, that's a base. Bane, that's a base. Ollie. Oi. Can we hit some buildings on our course, please, so that we don't just feed? Thanks.
That's what Aidan's doing, but I think he probably wants
Ollie really needs shard. Oh my god. Mishook, just press your ult. This is really quite bad. Okay.
Yeah, but it's okay because Aidan's gonna show up and participate in the fight now.
That's nice of him. Oh look, the heroes all died. That's kind of weird. Wow, what a series.
Yep. I mean, for the sake of the players, I'm glad it's a 2-0, as in we finish at a reasonable IDL time, but I kind of wanted to see a game 3. I felt like the first game's going to leave a bit of a bad taste in the mouths of, like, what the puck. And I think Podypodpod just fully deserved both games, but, like, I feel like on the balance of the two games, like, overall, if you roll them into one, the two games, it's probably just about a 1-1. If you just cut the game off at 29-0 and then have a second game after that. But yeah, no, Podypodpod showing some resilience in the first game.
Resilience is absolutely the word. And I think, they played the second game really nice. I like the draft. Like, they got to flex this Winter Wyvern. They picked a lot of really high caliber supports, and then just got to decide which one of them made this SF. Which ones of them made this SF's life a misery. Shout out to Ollie for off-rolling here. I think he plays a lot of off-lane, but he played this Pango really well. Build a shard, Ollie, but otherwise, yeah. And a blink. Build a blink, Ollie. Yeah.
So I don't like to be one of those people that said it's on draft, but I do think Podypodpod draft a lot better than Way to Puckin second. I think Way to Puckin second overvalued Magnus in at least the second draft, maybe even the first draft. I think maybe in the first draft it was okay, but like in the second draft definitely overvalued it because there's just so many things that as a Magnus you don't want to play against. You don't want to play against Winter Wyvern. I think that
honestly, in both of these games, if they just had 3 Magnus with a classic like PA style core, I think they were in a good place. But because you have to value Magnus as its own hero, like its own thing, without providing basically any external benefit in both the 1 and 3 roles across these two games, it's really hard to want to like it. Like, RP is insane, the BKB is insane, the Fisherman Andy was really, really nice in a lot of these situations. But
I think the main thing for me in the second draft, if we could talk about drafts, which I don't think is the main thing, but like if you talk about drafts, I feel like Way to Puckin second with first pick, with Pizza on their team, not first picking Bane, I think that is like just as like that shouldn't happen, right? That's like if your team doesn't pick a Marcy for you, or if my team doesn't pick Winter Wyvern for me, or something like that. I mean Andy Magnus is fine, it's good, but like Bane is just so good in these games. Like we were talking about, like there's just no bad spell, and you get a BKB piercing stun for 7 seconds. Like what more?
Yeah, and Goldrian certainly came through with a lot of these grips in great spots. Fine, like he had such good positioning against a lot of these static storms as well. Just walked up to like in that top lane. He just walked up to like top left of where SF could be. Like had to drop static storm like as early as possible and just couldn't get him. Like if there's anything that we can see with this SF, it's like this Skadi timing was brutal, and any time there was no BKB, he just exploded. He's got great stats, he's got great farm, and he just felt so vulnerable the whole game.
It's just like a poor man's Drow Ranger or poor man's Sniper, but without like the features about those two heroes that make them good. Like Sniper just is because he can stand so far away that you just cannot find him, and Drow's is that has insane armor and has a spell button
Yeah.
that scales. Your raises do not scale, and is not actually part of the hero.
I don't know.
Apparently.
I just I think anyone who's picking SF to just right click deserves to lose games. So on that bombshell, we can call it a day. So I think the other series is happening. That's still one of the regular season series. So I think Custard's doing that on Twitch on IDL UK. If anyone wants to watch that, that might still be over, but they've not posted a result yet, so I don't know.
They're
Otherwise,
still playing, but this is almost finished.
Okie dokie. So I forgot what the next game is and when is it? When is your game?
It'll be Sunday between. What's my team called?
Four Kumas.
Four Kumas against Gamers Gaming Esports.
Yep. You feeling good? You ready?
Yeah. And the winner of that one plays. There is no upper lowers this time. So
yeah, it's just I didn't even realize it's just single elimination.
Yeah. So Wait to Puckin second is done. They are third, fourth for the season, and the winner of the Four Kumas versus Gamers Gaming Esports will play Podypodpod in the final, probably the week before Christmas. One hopes.
Yep.
Right.
Thanks for hanging out, Tom.
Thank you.
We'll see everyone else on Sunday, I guess, until it's not, and we'll see you then. Have a good one, everyone.